What's up, nerd family? We start the Flash now. Uh-oh. I don't know.
It just started with the helicopter.
Why is it every time I come to visit, all hell is breaking loose?
Because that's what happens on this show.
It's Flash. It's what we do.
It's okay. Barry's on it.
Now I should push a button.
Guys. Oh, there's Kid Flash.
Oh, that's cool.
Always have to make an entrance, don't you, Kid Flash? What can I say? It's great to be back.
Oh, that's straight out of the comics. Gotta love when they do that. Yep, she's still stuck in the mirror.
Yep.
I was standing here. I got stuck into the mirror.
Wait, Wally's.
Some weird Flash yoga.
Okay, that's seriously beautiful. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need you to teach me how to do that. The lotus is one of the 8 auspicious symbols, meaning purity and renunciation. Practice which I'm currently being guided through by Bakuni Amala, the Buddhist nun assigned to my Peace Corps. Just being here, celebrating with family, new friends, is all the joy I need.
Look at you getting into San Juan. It's working. Who is that? It's my brother Wally. He looks so happy. I wish I was there.
Wait,
I'm sorry, I couldn't hold it down any longer.
were they at their house?
It's okay.
No, they were at our labs.
It was so good to see them, even if it was just for a second.
What, you took what, Team Flash? Or that?
Yeah.
You missed
Yeah,
your
Team Flash was at Star Labs.
Yeah, well, I've been trapped in here for weeks and
They were in that room with the balcony.
Then how is she seeing that?
losing my sense of time like I'm in
Oh,
some sort of
that
dream.
reflection that it showed,
All the
that,
while,
when Wally stood up, it showed that reflection on the wall.
this thing that isn't me.
The security
I
mirror
hope they
type
don't
thing.
forget about you as quickly as my Joseph forgot about me. He used to come to my mirror every day and try to figure out a way to get me out. Does he know that you're still in here? I don't know. Barry calls me his lightning rod.
She doesn't know that
He
she's
used to
back
say
yet.
that he could find me anywhere in the universe.
So she's a liar.
Seems like there's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
She sits in a throne of lies.
I haven't seen my husband in years. I haven't touched him in 72 months. 312 weeks.
Hello again.
2,190 days. 2,190.
Can you have him grab my other phone? It's upstairs on the nightstand.
Eva, listen to me. Breathe.
Oh, uh-oh.
Hey, is everything okay? Yeah.
Greetings, Earth Primeling!
Yay, he's back!
Wow, you
I know, right? Wow. Hey, bud.
You're finally back.
I am. Well, after a while, all the post-crisis anomaly hunting starts to catch up with you. That, and I wanted to wash all the Atlantean fish smell.
Did his hair get longer?
Atlantean fish smell.
Huh. Welcome home. You guys shouldn't have.
Atlantean fish smell?
Shame. Well, it's good to see you, friend. Wally West? What? Where have you been? Welcome home.
And why weren't you here during Crisis?
Yeah.
Welcome home. I see. I'm crashing your party.
You know we're always happy to have you back, Crocodile Dundee. Come on, let me make you a drink.
You know me too.
Okay.
It's like 4 in the morning in Atlantis, so.
Atlantis.
Mala helped me discover a way to communicate with you, to see guidance by projecting my consciousness into it,
Hopefully that works.
leaving my body behind. Yeah. I've never been able to do that. It just usually comes to me. As your mother. If there's anything wrong
Why does it keep
with
dropping?
Speed Force, you know, I mean, if there was, it would let me know, you know, or besides, I'm sure there's a simple explanation for all this. Trust me.
One oat milk frappuccino, extra hot with 2 sugars and 3 short sprinkles of cinnamon to go.
Saying to disconnect
I
it.
said 3 sugars and 2 sprinkles of cinnamon. Тупые американцы.
What was that? It was green.
Almost like she stopped time.
I thought you'd go down easy in that fancy helicopter of yours. I guess now moved into Oklahoma.
That's her.
Hello, Maria. Prashai.
Hey, goodbye. Let's do some Doctor Strange powers.
Just bubbled her.
She hand farted her. Yep, that's it.
Like a flubber fart.
Oh, that's not good. All right, well, hopefully this is working good now. It hasn't disconnected
Okay.
here.
You need to stop. Both of you.
What's up, guys? Welcome. Welcome to the party. Whoa, hey now. We got dogs. Hey, go, 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 go. Stop standing on everything. Well, hello there. Are you ready for the flash?
She's like, no eyes ready
Huh?
for the popcorn.
Are you ready for the flash, or are you just here for the popcorn? Huh? What are you here for?
The daddy.
What's up, guys? Good to see you. No, 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 no. No matter how much you butter me up and cuddle up to me, no, no, no.
Logan just says, where's Yash's phone?
It's on the nightstand. My nightstand. Right? So we are back. We're watching The Flash. We're all here.
Hey.
And the dogs are all here. We got our popcorn. We're all set and ready to go. How are you guys? So, now, I'm a little confused because she got sucked into the mirror in their apartment.
That wasn't their apartment.
I know. Well, when she got sucked into the mirror, it was. Wasn't it?
It was
It was the office. It was at that building.
Yeah, it was that.
Was
building
it?
that Iris kept on visiting, and that guy said, "Don't do the report on this."
Yeah,
And
that
she
was
still
at the
went through
office
with it.
building. That wasn't.
Yeah. And,
Oh.
and then she went back to that place, and she went through that one door that was locked, and then when she went through it, she uncovered all that stuff, and then she got stuck in the mirror there.
He's like, I told you.
Okay, but where they just were, was that Star Labs or was that the place where she got sucked into the mirror?
Where Iris and the mirror
Time Master
is.
lady?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's the building.
that's where Iris got sucked in.
It is.
But
Yes.
but the girl that I think is Mirror Master is she can like show projections of people, like from any from any like mirror surface.
She can?
Yeah, they've shown that the past few weeks. Or since.
I don't know why in my head I was thinking that she could only see.
That's why she pretended to make it look like she burned herself.
I don't need that because I got I mean, unless they needed that. I got a plug here.
Yeah,
I don't know why then I was thinking that she.
No, there's a tiny little cord. That's why I got you a 10-footer.
Oh, I know. But... Oh, that was a 10-footer?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're back.
For the living room.
Maria Volkova, Russian socialite. 1 minute she's here sipping Java, and the next minute she's a mummy.
This is the same woman I saved from the helicopter.
No, it's
She was
talking.
young. She was full of life.
Well, based on her signal joint T cell receptor, she was 110 years old when she died.
Yeah. So the helicopter accident, that wasn't random. Someone targeted her.
Not just any someone. You see the
Well,
kinetic energy
that'll
levels
do
in
that
the
to you.
body? Yeah, they're almost zero. Like someone removed it all.
Therefore, slowing down the victim.
Little Star Trek tricorder.
Can you turn the volume up a little bit? I can't hear.
I mean, real time, it would have been like a second pass, but for her, it was almost a century. Why does this feel so familiar? Wasn't there someone who could, like...
If you're thinking it's turtle, yeah, it's not. This method doesn't just slow down time. She can create potential energy force
Okay.
fields around individual victims.
Like
aging
baseball
for
cards.
centuries. In the blink of an eye, this wasn't turtle. This was turtle 2.
Sorry, I was just waiting for you to come up with a better name.
No, it's turtle 2. Less is more.
But what matters is her real name, Mrs. Frida Novikov. We busted her for running an international drug ring out of her apartment. We deported her back to Russia.
Well, apparently she didn't stay put. Everywhere I went on my trip, I heard stories about Novikov. I came home early to check out her old haunts and maybe find a clue about what she's up to. I just didn't expect she'd come back home too.
Well, we better figure out why she's back before she ages anybody else.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull her file.
Okay, thanks. See if I can work up a way to take the wind out of her sails. For good.
The prodigal hacker returns. Regale me with the adventures of the great globe-trotting Cisco-Lorian.
I'll tell you all about it later. Right now, I'm trying to stop a meta who can slow down time by reworking the Velocity X formula to speed her up and neutralize her kinetic energy meta power, so I'm going to focus on that.
Knock, knock, knock. I just need you. I need to know if on your trip you saw anyone else from any other Earths.
Other people
That's right.
from other Earths.
That's right.
Okay, not really, because any doppelgangers who managed to make it here, they would all be dead by now due to neurological degeneration.
What if they were already dead?
You gotta be kidding me.
What?
The great Mythbuster suddenly believes in ghosts.
I'm not talking ghosts, I'm talking survivors.
Wow. Survivors?
Yeah, sure.
Spooky. Look, survivors, ghosts, whatever you want to call them, it's not possible. Crisis made sure of that.
That team was
Remember,
awesome.
I wouldn't have been able to see anything like that.
I love it.
Fine. But then you missed something out there.
I missed something?
You missed something because
Do you know how many hours, how much time and energy I spent cataloging everything I saw?
I figured out finding an answer that makes sense. Okay, just drop into the Velocity F. Help me track something that really matters.
I'm trying to find a criminal I've been after for weeks. That matters.
You. Well, I guess on all your travels, you finally learned to focus on someone else beside yourself. Not.
Nash? Need something?
No.
Larry's acting like nothing is wrong. I shouldn't get frustrated. Boss's pride is the enemy of peace.
You know, I don't think Barry will ever have the same relationship with the Speed Force.
What's
that
up,
you do.
Gavin?
Not after what happened.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know the full story, but last fall, Barry and the Speed Force had an incident.
He did not tell me that. Maybe he's trying to work up the nerve.
Maybe. But if that disturbance you're sensing is real, do you really have time to waste here? Okay, you two are seriously the best looking siblings in the world.
The epidemic
Uh-oh.
teaches us to avoid self-infatuation. But I may need you to form me a copy of that one. See you later.
Pretty cool camera, right? Yeah,
She
just got a
freaked
picture
out when
from
he took a
Cleveland
picture.
in Germany, but he definitely made some modifications.
You need to delete that photo right now.
Why?
We shouldn't be taking photos of citizen employees. I mean, if that got online, another of Black Hole's assassins like Hoshi could track our moves.
Right. Sorry.
Oh my, I took
Did you
two.
talk to Joe? He was gonna pull Novikov's file.
What happened between you and the Speed Force, Barry?
Wally, I'm working a case, all right?
If something bad happened, that might be what's causing all these problems with our powers.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I believe that you can solve this, Barry. If you face the Speed Force.
But I can't.
Why not?
It doesn't want to talk to me.
How do you know that?
Because an enemy infected my mind with nightmares and visions. When it tried to help me, I attacked it. So if you think the Speed Force wants to hear from me, then you don't understand what the Speed Force wants.
Barry, we're already here.
The Speed Force. You took me in here.
Something is wrong. We need to find her.
This is my home.
Jordan says Enosh with the Brandon Roth hairdo.
What's happening to the Speed Force?
We have dying Barry Allen.
How is that possible?
Because of what you did.
No, Wally, we have to go back. I have to talk to her. I have to talk to her.
Barry, what did you do?
Nothing.
Nothing, man. I promise.
Something's not right.
Nanya.
I slept on my hair weird. I fell asleep on the couch.
You turn the volume down.
Yep. It's gonna be in a constant loop. Step on my hair weird. I stepped on my hair weird. I stepped on my hair weird. I stepped on my hair weird.
Stepped.
I stepped on it. Yes, I did. I meant to say that.
That's special.
Yeah. Well, they literally woke me up like 6 minutes before the live stream started. What's going on, Gavin? Welcome. Gavin was able to
What's
to
up,
watch.
Alex Fedak?
What's up, Alex? So when we were last here, Gavin was able to download a VPN,
Oh, that's right.
and he was able to catch up on everything.
Oh my gosh, you're a rock star. That's awesome, Kevin.
Yep. So he was all set and ready to watch with us. So that's awesome.
Like matrixed it.
Yep. He matrixed it.
He's like, got it.
Hopefully the internet connection issues have worked themselves out. Yes, Jordan, you've been working on new projects, new animated projects. It's good to see you all. It's good to be with you all tonight. Here
Jeff
on the lounge.
says, I love that infomercial they have. Wow.
Which one?
Is it like the real TV or us?
Oh yeah, I think the was it that one with the
women from Flash?
Women from Flash, yeah.
They use that every week.
I love this KFC commercial with chicken and donuts.
What's his name?
I wish I could have one of those chicken and donuts.
You can. You just lose it.
I would die.
Just from the donut.
No, you just want to from what it did to your body.
Yeah, one bite would send me into shock.
Yeah, the donuts.
What's the kid that stayed the night on Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
He had it.
Yes.
He's like, it's not as pretty as the picture, but,
No,
it's,
but it's
very
good.
delicious. He said.
It is delicious. Apparently, that is the information.
Apparently.
Apparently, that's the information that has been. What? What did they say?
You just can't talk today. It's not like you said apparently.
No, I did say apparently. I just got popcorn in my mouth.
Popcorn?
The popcorn. The popcorn. Yeah, no, they literally woke me up 6 minutes before. I fell asleep on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
And, but hey, it's all good. I'm awake now.
I had to go pick up the boys from baseball, drop off Landon, go get pants for Isaac.
Yeah, pants are good. Pants are a good thing.
So I ended up getting all of the boys 2 pairs of pants.
So does that mean you guys made it? Is that what
Still tomorrow.
Still tomorrow. All right.
Speaking of
Stop.
Jim Carrey, Isaac's got something pretty cool.
You heard that the Joker, Pennywise, and Jim Carrey's The Mask are all going to appear in Space Jam 2. What's up, Darth Tasty? No, I had... Thank you. I like them. Like I said, I fell asleep on the couch, so I was just lounging around. And, you know what? I thought, you know what? Hey, we're just going to chill tonight. We're going to chill in the Dodger pants.
I'm wearing DuckTales.
You're wearing DuckTales. I'm wearing my Dodger pants.
Isaac's wearing his his remote for Mario Day.
NES.
His NES, because today's Mario Day.
Just gonna chill and relax, chillax.
You know why it's Mario Day?
Why is it Mario Day? Mario Day.
That's MAR for March 10 is Mario.
Nice.
It's me, Mario.
Nice.
That's something they do for you.
Can
Is this
you
back?
grab my drink
No,
from the
not
kitchen
back.
table when you come back?
I don't know how many of you guys ever watched the show The State in the 90s, if you're around my age. But there's something, we'll talk about it later because this is back on, but...
This is why our powers are broken. This is what we have been sensing this whole time.
Look, it's not possible. I mean, the Speed Force is an infinite source of energy. It's like gravity or light. It doesn't
Then you
just
broke
die.
gravity.
No, it didn't just die, Barry. She said it's dying because of what you did. Barry, this is your fault.
Jeffrey said he's watching Babylon 5.
I'm not even talking about what you did to her. I'm talking about what you did after. You betrayed the Speed Force months ago. And you didn't say nothing then. You didn't say nothing when you came back from Crisis either, and you started noticing something was wrong with your powers. You could have told me, Barry. We might have gone into the Speed Force. We might have saved it before it was too late.
I didn't.
But instead, you blew me off. Again and again.
Wally, I didn't know anyone else was affected.
Oh.
All right, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Barry, you don't get it. We are all connected. When I used to talk with the Speed Force, sometimes it would show me visions of different futures, different possibilities of how things could go.
We used to have long walks on the beach.
There was always one common thread. There was always a speedster that would pick up our mantles. Like a chain of lightning stretching through centuries. Some, my kids, running with their kids. I saw Nora.
Oh!
But now that chain of lightning, it ends with us.
Okay, Wally, it's not too late though.
Take
All right,
off
I mean we
the
still have our speed.
Oh.
We can go back in there. I can save her.
No, you saw
Good
it.
call.
The Speed Force is beyond repair. And if you think
Mention that at the break.
that I'm gonna bring you back in after everything that you've done, Wally, you need to find another teacher.
Wally, we.
What? Exactly.
What?
With the tachyon enhancers ready, I can't project my consciousness into the Speed Force, so I need you to monitor my position while I enter it physically.
Certainly, Barry Allen.
Okay, start the protocol.
You came back.
Of course I did. You said the Speed Force is dying. I see this lightning everywhere. I can fix it though. You tell me what to do and I'll do it.
It's too late.
I won't accept that. I caused this. I have to save you.
You didn't hurt me.
I attacked you. You remember?
Barry. Barry, that's not why I'm dying. A few months ago, a substance entered the Speed Force. Something that we'd never encountered before. We tried to contain it, but it contaminated us. It upset the balance of our energies.
Created by lightning.
It is infernal power. Beyond the laws of our nature.
The multiverse, does that include the Speed Force? You could give me the energy boost I need.
You're in crisis. I made the Spectre give me his energy so I can enter the Speed Force again. I am responsible.
No.
I did this. I killed the Speed Force. I didn't know. I never would have. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Barry, we forgive you. You did the right thing. You saved our universe. You never could have foreseen what that cost. You only have a few steps left before we're gone from here entirely. But I know you will use them well. The lightning chose you. And it was the best decision
I
that
think it's he's literally
I ever made. You showed us the greatest force of all.
The Speed Force loves Barry.
You say what you're gonna say.
I'm thinking two different things now.
Let him pause it first. You can hear you.
I'm thinking two different things now. The first one that I thought of before he had that talk with like the Speed Force is the first part is well, I kept saying it's broken beyond repair. So I was like, what if they like, clean it up and create the two parts of the Speed Force, have the negative Speed Force and the like the regular Speed Force, because we don't know, we never got clarification on how it works post crisis.
Yeah. Or they need to like jumpstart.
Or what I thought is, which is now my second theory, is what if they make and change it to the comics where Barry's literally like the physical embodiment of the Speed
Well,
Force.
see, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That,
Jordan, you have to watch the original DuckTales. It's better than the new one.
that's what I was thinking. Oh yeah.
And Jeff, yes, it is a new puppy. It's Miss Harley Quinn.
We're talking old DuckTales versus new DuckTales.
Oh,
Jordan
yeah.
says I haven't seen the original DuckTales. I have been watching the reboot.
I've watched
Oh
both. Of
yeah,
them.
there's no comparison.
Old.
Yeah.
There's no comparison
Yeah,
between old
I've seen
DuckTales
both.
and new DuckTales. I mean, God bless them for trying, but DuckTales was the jam back in the day. All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, thanks for the
I got to do something about my helmet hair.
Jordan says I also finally got around to seeing the original Candyman. Holy moly, scary and thought-provoking.
Aren't they making a new one?
Yes, they are.
They
Yeah.
say, I thought I saw something about them making a new one. Doesn't really want to come out soon.
Jordan, yes, this month. Jordan says the only long walks on the beach I like is if it leads to fish and chips joint. I like that idea.
Well, talk about fish. Cisco keeps on talking about Atlantis.
Exactly.
He's talked about it twice. And we also know from the very first episode of
Gavin wants the popcorn.
the very first episode of The Flash, like season 1, episode 1, we literally got an Aquaman reference with Joe, as he says, "Oh yeah, you gotta close that case, Barrow, about that man that you talk about that breathes underwater and walks on land," which is supposed to be an Aquaman reference.
Are we gonna get Aqualand?
I don't know, but if you, that's the thing. How did Cisco get to Atlantis?
Vibin'.
It's like
Every day I'm
Atlantis is,
vibing.
at least it's following the comics and Aquaman, like the Aquaman movie.
She just stole popcorn.
Atlantis is supposed to be underwater.
She just stole popcorn
Yeah.
from his bowl.
So I'm like, unless on Earth, for what? Oh, it's for Legends, probably.
That's awesome. No stinking way! That's awesome!
We gotta catch up on Legends.
Yes!
Tonight's episode of Legends is pretty much A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, but what's his
Brandon
name?
Routh is Mr. Rogers.
The Space Force is dead? I don't even know what to say. Do you still have your powers?
From what I can figure out, we still have a residual amount of Speed Force inside us. But the more we use up, the less we have left.
Sounds like a battery.
Until it's gone forever? Oh my God, son, I can't imagine what you're going through. And Barry.
Dad, this is his fault. He could have come to me months ago. We might have fixed things. But instead, he had to do what he always does and assume he's the only one that could handle it.
But Wally thinks
Well,
it's
why
Ranch.
did you even need to tell him like that? I mean, we both know that
What's
Barry
that?
will beat himself up all by himself.
I'm gonna say that during the recording here too.
I guess that wasn't very zen of me at all. Was it?
Why? Sit down.
She walked in and put her face in your bowl and took some popcorn.
Oh, did she now? That's Harley Quinn for you.
Do you remember what you were like when we first met? Yes, I do. You were
You
petulant, stubborn.
Yeah.
Every little thing pissed you off. You didn't want a father or a sister or a brother. But look at the man that you are now. The sensitive, intelligent, compassionate
Classic
man
Joe
that you've
stuff.
become. And it's not
Right,
because
it's
you're
classic
a
Joe moment.
physical energy source out there. It's because you did the work. Now your responsibility is to continue to do the work to be that man. Do you understand me, son?
Captain, we've got the other informant waiting in custody.
Thank you. This is that Freedom Novikov case. She got deported because 2 of our informants were part of her smuggling ring. One of them being your friend from the helicopter accident, Maria Volkova.
That's why Novikov targeted Maria. She's out for revenge.
For the old informant, I'm gonna put in a wet sack soon. I will find you later, okay? Hey, whatever you're going through with the Speed Force and your powers, Barry is going through the same thing. Remember that. I love you.
Love you.
In a relationship with the Speed Force, it's complicated.
Not right now, Kate. I'm busy with the mobile bear unit.
Let me get this straight. You were trying to bioengineer a formula to stop a metahuman, and rather than call your friend, who's a bioengineer, you went with Bluetooth?
Yeah, I'm trying to stop Turtle 2 here.
Yeah, I know. It's all you've been doing. You don't have any time for me. You totally blew off Nash when he asked for your help. I mean, you might as well still be on your trip.
Yeah, well, maybe my trip didn't turn out exactly as planned.
What are you talking about? You've got to raid Egyptian tombs and explore Atlantis.
I thought after all those adventures, I would come back different. Like Wally, or like you and Frost. But I went around the world and I feel like I'm back where I started.
Cisco, I know you feel responsible, but we're gonna stop Turtle 2. I promise. We're Team Flash. It's what we do. But in the meantime, I wonder if maybe you don't have some other responsibilities that you'd like to address. Ones that are a little closer to home.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
You're right, you're right.
While I'm doing that, maybe my friend the bioengineer would like to take over.
Absolutely.
looking for you, man. I thought maybe you'd be home.
Hold on a second. They just showed it once and that was fixed. For the first time.
I'm showing it from a different angle because the one is still broken.
I've seen it so many times I don't pay attention to it anymore.
No, we need to go back and rewind that.
I found out what really happened to
No,
the
because I've
Speed
seen the
Force.
broken part already today in this episode. It's coming from a different angle.
It died because of what I did in Crisis. I took the Spectre's energy so I could enter the Speed Force. His energy started a meltdown, and now it's gone. For good. Because of what I did. You were trying to save the universe. Any hero would have made that call. I would have made that call. Mama told me a story once about a mother who lost her only son. She was so heartbroken, she asked the Buddha to bring him back to life. He said he might, but he had one request. A mustard seed from a family that had never lost a loved one. So she went from neighbor to neighbor asking for seeds. And when she would ask, has anyone in your family lost someone? The answer was always yes. The Buddha was trying to have her understand that as much as she suffered, she wasn't alone. When I found out the Speed Force was dying, I forgot how much you were suffering too. And I'm sorry. I did this. I deserve your anger. So do something with it. We can't punish ourselves for the mistakes we've made. That's a closed door. But we can take responsibility for our actions. No matter how great the obstacle to overcome. Did Mama teach you that too? No.
You did.
You did.
You did.
Guys, we've got a problem. Station rep just picked up Frida Novikov outside CCTV.
Kevin just said your dog's play fighting is better than WWE.
Right?
If his file is right, I don't think Novikov is going to
They're actually in the shot.
Unless we're prepared.
Nice. I swear I'm gonna like dub WWE commentator stuff over them one day.
Slow down.
Pause. Or, you know what I mean?
What is this?
I'm here to pick up a
Domino's commercial.
Please?
Oh.
No.
Did you check in on Side Pass?
Everyone will know your name when you check in with Dom.
Nice. Yeah, they just go on and on and on and on and on and
And
on.
it's time for me to go to bed, and it's 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and they decide, hey, let's do SmackDown. Unless he tries to hump her
Yep.
in the face. She's like, come at me, bro.
I swear, we should just have an episode just of them.
We still don't know
They'd
what
still
happened.
shoot.
Hey, watch the camera, watch the...
It looked like an earthquake test.
Hey, you're all right. Chill.
We also still don't know what happened to Nash at the beginning of the episode.
Oh, that's right. He got shot with... I got to go back and look at this because...
No.
Yeah, I do. Because when it first came back from commercial, it showed...
The right one now is where it's at.
You went too far.
Yeah, I went too far.
They are finally getting along better now, Jeff. Yeah, Legends of Tomorrow has an episode where Brandon Routh is dressed as Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. So.
And it's on the set. I am like, I can't wait to
Okay,
see that. See? right there.
Oh yeah.
Because it comes from different angles now, and that one, it's
one on the
concave,
right.
but it's usually coming in from this angle.
Yeah,
now
but-
they've put
okay.
it right there.
Okay, so I would say yes, except for this. That's not concave enough.
It's because of the angle that it's at. Because if
Yeah.
you go to the first commercial, it was
look,
concave.
it's got the main bar though that coming through. It's just damaged a little bit. That one's not damaged at all,
You weren't
and that
paying
one's
attention
not.
in the first time.
Yep.
Tiffany, just hear me out. Those two are not damaged at all over on the left. That one on the right is just damaged a little bit, and they showed.
From the angle that it's at.
Okay,
'cause
but
they
hold on, because watch this. Just watch this, because that's there, and the city's behind it. But they made a point to show that one, and then literally just 2 minutes later, they show
Yeah, it's
another
back to
one.
Damaged.
That one is completely cut out. That's completely different. And the whole thing is damaged. Look at the whole front of it's damaged. That's a different shot. That's either a mistake shot or that's something, because they showed that same shot twice.
They probably didn't fully render the 3D rotation.
I don't know, but that's something. That ain't like the other one, because look at the whole. It looks like a shark took a bite out of that
Might
one.
be back.
Yeah, I know, but you know what I'm saying? Can we admit that that's different?
That's fine, but hit live so we're not missing anything.
Yeah, I'm just saying that could be something.
And next,
That could be something, because they keep bouncing around, and they showed that twice within. Did anybody else catch that? We're looking at Star Labs here, and they took one shot where it showed the spires, because I'm always saying, aren't I? I'm always saying, just fix the thing, because there's always looks like a shark bite out of the thing from the original. You know, they've gone through 6 seasons and they haven't fixed Star Labs yet. And I'm always saying, fix
Not
it.
even Oliver fixed that on Earth Prime.
Right? And so then they showed a shot where it's almost fixed, but there's like a little sliver, it's just a little bit out of it, but the main thing is all there.
They're not
and-
hearing what you're saying.
Dang it. Come on.
Working for me.
Yeah, it's working. Yeah, it's live.
Yeah, it's pretty sure.
Mine's not.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's on. So, but yeah, it's always showing that, and so that's why I took notice of it, because then it showed it less than 2 minutes later, and it's back to the original. Does that have anything to do with Nash, or is that just a mistake? That's my question. Is it just is it just a mistake, or does it have something to do with the whole Mirror Master thing, where we're seeing 2 different worlds? We think we're seeing one, but we're seeing 2.
I think something just that small, like that we constantly see that. I think
I don't know.
I just think they ain't fully edit the Star Labs 3D render. Is my guess.
Then it's a mistake, because that's obviously different. It's obviously a completely different shot. I just don't know if anybody else caught that. Is my phone back here?
You haven't moved.
Oh, I'm following it here. Here we go.
Liberty Bibbity.
Liberty Bibbity. It's a long commercial.
Yeah. Because I think I'm doing the next 13 minutes.
Nope.
No commercial.
I don't have to. I want to.
Sorry about this, guys. I don't know why it keeps dropping us.
Dang!
No.
Nice.
Gotta be quicker than that.
See what again, and I'll age him 1,000 years.
Listen, we can't do anything anything to make up for the time that you lost. But if you take responsibility for the time that you have left, you won't lose anymore. I promise.
What's up, Caleb?
Let us help you.
I don't want your help.
We know. Thanks for the tip, Joyce.
Snot bubbles.
Let's see how you
The dirty bubble.
our
So
version of time.
Back to a commercial.
Gavin said, "Did you think Crisis was a bit of a letdown?"
Essential for the sea urchin. Maybe not for people with rheumatoid arthritis.
It's been a while since we talked about it, because we obviously did it during when it was on. The first couple episodes were amazing. The
Brendan Routh, Kingdom Come Superman was phenomenal.
Brandon Routh Kingdom Come Superman was awesome. The next to last episode was fantastic, and the last 10-15 minutes of the last episode was stellar.
Yeah.
There, unfortunately, there was a lot of filler in between there for a while, but overall, I liked it.
Put your butt down. Biting her own tail.
Overall, I thought it was decent. It wasn't as good as it could have been, but it was still a good crossover. I still enjoyed it, and just for the sheer amount of things that we got to see, it was fantastic. So can't beat that.
Jeff said, "Oh, please don't let Eobard have powers again." Haha, good save, Cecile.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, he's in Nash's body, and the Speed Force is gone right now.
Yeah, well, and he doesn't know that the Speed Force is gone. Yeah, so.
Jordan says, "I would like to see an adaptation of Star Wars Death Troopers." I like your idea though of the, well, thank you, of the negative Speed Force having to take all the bad out.
Oh, yeah. But no, it looks like Proto Speed Force died now, so it's got to find.
Maybe that's how
something
he
new.
becomes the embodiment to make the Speed Force work again, becoming it.
Well,
Doing
he said
Harley
he saw
Quinn.
like a lightning rod, like a lightning
Hi,
bolt
pretty
that
girl.
continued like the chain on.
Oh, hi, pretty girl.
So it's like, what does Barry become like the embodiment now, and then
Gavin says, "I
now
still
pretty
think
much
Crisis on Earth
every
X is the best crossover."
and then what? So like every Alan from now on is gonna be like the embodiment of the Speed Force.
So what's the die all over again?
The Speed Force is dead because of me.
To save everyone. I'll save you.
And you did. Barry, none of this is your fault.
No, I won't be able to save anyone.
Making out with you.
What am I supposed to do without my speed?
Maybe this is for the best.
What?
Everything happens for a reason, right? Maybe you weren't supposed to be the Flash forever. I mean, don't you think that after everything the Speed Force has put you through, all the pain, all the heartache, all the death, don't you think you deserve a real life? Bearing all the world's problems on your shoulders, that shouldn't have been your burden to bear.
You're serious?
I am. This could be our chance. To have a normal life.
Harley.
Start a family. You deserve to be happy, just like everyone else.
That's when Barry's gonna realize it's not Cyrus.
Barry, we need you in the pipeline right now.
Shortest distance in a straight line.
She's sitting on Wookiee. Look at her.
Ain't no bites.
Got her butt in her
And
face.
Wookiee's
Got her
being
butt
such a
in
good
his
boy
face.
too. He's just like,
She's got, ow!
Now he's taken over.
Biting me,
Nash's
arm fat.
no holes.
Bye, Flash.
Vaughn. What do you want?
What do I always want?
Okay.
To kill you. And I'm being patient.
last one there wasn't at night.
In the glass. So we can breathe.
No. There was no when they showed the light shot of the outside.
I will get out. I'm going to kill you. Then I'm going to kill your family. Then I'm going to kill your friends. I'm going to kill all your friends, starting with your new pal Nash. No.
Whatever you've done to him, we're gonna stop you.
Isn't it true? And in a few short weeks, you're going to be powerless to stop me. Right? Because your Steve is dead. I can feel it. And that's what you get, Mary. For trusting such a puny, pathetic force. That's why I built my own. I'm coming. I'm coming for you.
The negative speed force.
So is Barry gonna build the speed force?
If he can build a negative one, why can't Barry?
Barry gonna leave that up.
What do you mean the Speed Force is dead?
I killed it. He's got his.
You sure you want to go already?
If I'm gonna get to the next Peace Corps project in time, I gotta get going.
You want to be a whole lot faster if you just got a flight.
I know. But I need to walk. Need to have an open mind, be ready to embrace new ways.
I'm so sorry about that, son. I obviously didn't want your trip home to end like that.
It's okay, Dad. Even if things don't unfold the way you expected, don't be disheartened or give up. The one who continues to advance will win in the end.
My kid's a weirdo. Oh, that's not what that laugh is.
You sound more like a parent than I do now.
Oh, you know, it's a Zen thing. I love you, Dad.
I love you too. So damn much. You be careful, okay?
Dad, keep an eye on Iris for me, will you? There's something
I knew that.
different about her.
I knew he was going to be the one to catch on.
Just make sure she's okay.
Of course.
Bye.
Spectre energy. Okay, yeah, well, that's just energy we don't understand yet. That's something we can figure out, right?
Absolutely. We can run some tests, figure out how to track it.
Thanks, guys. But I want your help with something else. I've been thinking about what Thawne said. You mean how he's gonna kill us all? Yeah, me too. How he built his own power source. The negative speed force. If he can make one, then... So can we. I need your help to build an artificial speed force. That's how I can get my speed back.
I thought I deleted this.
That's why she was afraid of getting her picture.
Iris? Yeah, I'm not Iris. Sorry I had to find out this way. Wait, no.
Yeah, because as soon as she took her picture, her look on her face was like, excuse me?
A new episode of DC's Legends of Tomorrow.
So did she get rid of her, or is she now in with Iris, the real one?
We'll wait and see.
Dang it!
Losing your speed is scary. Don't let him get to you.
I'll use a booster.
Sis.
Steroid? I have no idea what it could do to you.
didn't say it out loud because this day has been discombobulated, but I knew Wally would be the one to figure out something was up with Iris. And we can't. This one looks super awesome, and I'm not gonna be here next week. It's a new clip. Jeff said Wally sensed Mirror Iris. I want to see the interaction between Mama Cecile and Mirror Iris. We haven't seen them talk.
Okay, so here's the thing. If that's not part of a storyline, if the spires on the side of the Star Labs is not part of the storyline somehow, trying to tell us something, they need to fix this. Because there's no excuse for that then. Because that is obviously not what the other one looked like. And you can see there's not holes. There's not a hole through it. Through that, there's not a complete hole through it. It's barely. There's just a little bit ripped off the end of it, but it's mostly still there. And then, when they showed the night shot, right there as they came back from commercial and they were showing. They're showing.
Gavin just says what just happened in the trailer.
You missed it, Ina. It's after this talk.
No, it was before this. It was right before they came back. Cause it was right here. Just a second. Right there. It's the outside shot.
Yeah, they showed it twice.
Somehow.
So when they show it from here. Nothing cut out.
Because it's dark. It's from that section on that side right there.
No, it's not, Tiff. That's all there. You can see the line. The line is completely there. It's either something messed up because they didn't render it right, or something.
Gavin just said what just happened in the trailer.
What?
I think they just rendered it wrong because you're the only person I know that points that out every week.
Well, that's why I'm saying something, because I point out every week for the last 6 seasons that they have not fixed the spires on Star Labs. Plus, so they've never fixed the spires on Star Labs, and now all of a sudden that one right there, there's no damage. You can see the line if you go up there. I mean, I got really good eyes. You can see the line is complete there.
It's only that render of that shot that has it complete. All the other shots don't have it complete.
There's no chunk out of it, and the other. Well, but here's the thing: here is that render right there. There's no damage at all on any of them, on any of the spires. The other one, there's the little bit of damage, and then the other one, there's a huge chunk that looks like a shark took a bite out of it. I'm just saying.
Third time Gavin just said what happened in the trailer.
Well, I'm getting at that. I'm talking about something here. That's annoying. That's either really annoying or it's part of something.
I think
you can't just sit here and go, well, that's nothing. That doesn't. No, it's not, because that's something.
They use the same shots every week, just like for Smallville. They use the same shots for Daily.
I know.
They use the same shots for.
But it's 3 different shots, and the thing is if they're being lazy, then they need to fix that crap, because that's annoying.
Yeah, I think it's just the rendering thing, because it's cheaper to use the same shots for every transition.
Yeah, but that would not be a lot to fix that, though, is what I'm saying. Like, and why would they?
Yes, he is.
Why would they render it wrong? Is what I'm saying. Why would they make it wrong, to begin with? Like you, it's like having a building and being like, okay, this part of the building is just broken off, but in this shot, that part of the building is not broken off. And in this shot, only a little piece of the building is broken off, not this big chunk out of the building. It's 3 completely different shots from the outside. So,
Somehow he's taken.
I'm just saying. I mean, look, there's the close-up right there. Look at that close-up. Nothing's broken
Who's
on that.
Melissa, Caleb? He said, did you hear that Melissa is expecting? Caleb said.
Melissa Benoist?
That's Supergirl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How are they going to hide that?
Not like they're trying to for Frost.
Yes, I didn't even see that it got
This episode,
closer.
They did a lot better at hiding Frost because they didn't show anything from like here up.
Well, the one that one shot that they did full on was they had a dark sweater where it didn't show the bump, where she could come forward a little bit and not have to be like, "Hey guys."
I hear you.
Boomins asked, "Is Thawne in this episode?"
Yes.
And Gavin said, "What happened in the trailer?"
So in the trailer, basically, it just shows that Thawne gets out, that Barry is.
And he puts on the reverse
last
flash
couple,
suit.
The last couple episodes, Nash has been seeing different versions of Wells's. And in this last one, you saw the red eyes come at him, and then you see him, and then you don't know what happens, and that's when we realize. But when he was Thawne, he said, "I'm gonna start by getting rid of your friend Nash." So isn't he using Nash's body?
He's using him as a vessel right now to come back. Because how else would he have the reverse flash suit if he wasn't using Nash? And he was using his.
So Thawne was able to come back because he made his own negative speed force?
Because he made the negative speed force, yeah.
Yeah, that's how reverse flash comes back every time in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
It's just pretty much just.
Well, the last time we saw him go away was in Legends, the way that she took care of him.
Wait, he disappeared twice now.
Yep.
Season 1 of Flash, Season 2 of Legends.
Yep.
Gavin said should have asked Oliver to fix Star Lab's roof when he made Earth Prime.
That's what I said earlier in the episode.
Well, he should have. But like right there, you can see the close up. There's no damage at all. He did fix it apparently. or it's just like rotating. Like
only fixed at night.
What's that? It's only fixed at night. Yeah, here real quick, I will show you guys what I'm talking about, because this is just. So this is a shot of Star Labs at night. And you can see here on the spires, because
instead of Earth Prime, why not Amazon Prime?
Every week I say the same thing. Why haven't they fixed this yet? Because it's been 6 years. We're in the 6th season, and the spires are still broken. And you would think that, you know, a place like Star Labs would have fixed something like that. You know, that, you know, they got all this technology and everything, and yet they haven't fixed these spire things. Well, you can see here, that one is completely there. That one is completely there. And that one is completely there. All three unbroken, undamaged.
Caleb says, "I'm just wondering if that means Supergirl will get a pregnancy storyline. Gal Gadot filmed all of Wonder Woman while pregnant, so it's possible they could just not address it and CGI her stomach flat."
I don't know that they'd go to all the trouble of CGI or stomach flat.
They'd probably just delay next season.
Yeah. So here we have.
Or try and hide it some weird way, but you can't when you're in the suit.
So where was it at? It was at the end of the episode.
After the Wally and Joe talk.
Yeah, it was after the Wally and Joe talk.
Gavin says it's only fixed when it's nighttime and raining.
Oh, it was after this talk, right?
No, it was before this one because.
Oh, that's
Wally
right.
And Joe talk,
yeah, it's
and
Wally and Joe. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, that's the nighttime one again. Oh, but see there. Okay, so then here's the weird thing. So here's a nighttime shot.
And also the part of the building on the right-hand side there.
Yeah, but that's damaged here. That spire's there. That spire is clearly damaged. That was not in the last shot. At all. Okay? So that's that we can't obviously that's the one that's damaged over there, the one that's on the left. But what was there was another outside one, wasn't there?
No. It was just those two.
Okay. So now let's go earlier here.
Well, she was Fucking flash bugs.
Where was the other one that I noticed? Because that was the big one that showed the big. Oh, there it was. Okay, so here it comes right here. Outside shot. Now
Baby shark doo.
Now here's something weird. And that last one we just saw at night. The damage was on this one, on the one on the left, but this damage right here was over here.
No,
because it's circled
the shot
around.
was right here.
Yeah.
Looking this way.
But it couldn't have been, because then this spire would be that one.
No, it was okay.
This damage was right in front of this one.
You weren't paying attention.
Dude, I just showed it.
This
You
is-
guys are insane. You all are mirror universe people, because that is not. I just showed the shot.
I'm gonna prove you wrong right here. This is the spire
Or
that's
at
damaged.
least let him talk and explain his part.
Before cutting me off again. This is the damaged spire. This is the damage. The shot was right here. Looking up this way. With a damaged spire. Damage right here. And then that shot is pretty much just rotated.
Because when you see the shots,
No.
they go like this and they
No,
zoom in.
it's not. And here's why. Here's why it's not. Here's why these shots are messed up. These are all messed up shots, because that is not the angle that they had. Because in the one that we just saw, this spire right here was out of view because it was lower. It was lower looking up at this spire and that spire. That spire had the little chunk of it out of here. We were looking at this side of the spire. We wouldn't have been over here looking at this way, because this is the exact same angle, except for the damage is way over here in front of this spire. I literally just showed it.
I'll show you what I'm talking about.
And that one's got a huge chunk out of it now, like a shark bite.
Kevin says, I heard that Supergirl has been reduced to 20 episodes due to Melissa being pregnant.
Yeah, this
that makes
shorter
more
because of
sense.
that. Yeah, I saw that too. That it's
Okay, so remember this angle.
I took a
Isaac
picture of
took
it.
pictures.
Okay,
to prove.
so remember that angle. Now, so
And I'm talking about, because I'm taking out right now. I'm learning about different parts of you because I have to draw 2 and 3 point.
Perspectives.
Yeah. So I'm learning how to draw.
okay, so that's the angle that we got right there.
Yeah.
We have this one is flat. This one's flat. It's a conspiracy.
Caleb says, I think all the shots are from different angles. I think Isaac's right. Boomant says, what are y'all watching it on? CW?
Okay, so here, then.
Jeff says it's the angle or the position of the camera shot.
Okay, so here is a completely different angle.
Because they come in and they zoom around.
And this one is a completely different angle because it's from the other side. Because we would have on the other side we would have been looking at it looking this way, and this is the damaged one. This one's fine, and this one's fine. Okay? I'm gonna be all conspiracy on this one. Okay? So because when we finally get over to it, look at that little tiny bit of damage, but you can see that the main line is still there. That's not the big chunk out of it like we just saw, and neither one of these have any damage to them. They're both completely there because it's looking back the other way.
Stay tuned for a video from Point Dexter Lounge where Inash is going to be like, so...
I'm just saying, this
fun
is...
with flags.
Right? I'm just saying, look at it.
Fun with spires.
Look, just look at it. Like, that's the broken spire right there, yet that spire is...
So, would you say it's a conspiracy?
Hey, Boomit says he just subbed. Boomit's just subbed. So obviously I'm giving some kind of decent content here if somebody just subbed because I'm going over this. This is weird. Okay, so we admit that's that, right?
See, that's the only thing they did head on with her pregnancy because it was a dark shirt.
I'm just saying, yeah. So this
Boomits just put the laughing emoji that he's crying.
That's what I'm saying. This is good content here. Stay with me, okay? So again.
Baby shark.
Hold on. Going back, so we're going to show this one again before we move on, because we just showed that one. Right. Jeff, I think I'm going to have to. I seriously think I'm going to have to, because this is messed up. Like, either they're trying to telegraph something, like, about the mirror universe or something, right?
It says, and then tweet it to the Flash writers. And then they're going to be like, watch the 3rd episode from now on.
No, Caleb, I agree with you, man. That's what I'm saying. This is the problem. So here's the angle that Isaac took a picture of again. You can clearly see this huge chunk. That's a huge chunk out of it. There ain't nothing there. There's no line there. It's not all the way up to, it looks like a shark just came up and bit it. Dun 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 dun.
And down below.
Dun 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 dun. Right? And then this damage is right here over on this side. Okay? And now mind you, here's
5 crying emojis.
Here's what's important is this is flat towards us. And this is flat towards us. Because I understand what Isaac is saying about angles. Okay? That's fine. But to get it flat here towards us and flat towards us, for this damage to be over here, you'd have to be looking at it from another side. And it'd have to be over. It's King Shark. King Shark bit that one. There you go. I like that. Okay, so there's that. Now, let's go back to the other one. The night shot. Whoops. We're going to go back to the night shot at the end.
Yeah, first you got to get past crying Barry.
Yeah, well, Barry's always crying about something. I love him, but, you know.
Gavin says it looks like half of a heart sharp.
Okay, I think this is the shot right here.
Darth Tasty says, obviously a major conspiracy. What are they hiding? This is bigger than Area 51, LOL.
That's what I'm saying. So, here's this one.
Excuse me.
This spire has got the damage. Now, mind you, this one is just like it's all thin. It looks like something punched it instead of bit it because it's got the line here, but this is like punched into, right? And then here's the other spire, flat towards us, flat towards us. That damage should be right in this area. It's now over here. What the heck? What the heck, CW? Which is it, man? What is it? It's a spire conspiracy.
I called it the conspiracy.
Did you? Oh, did you call it?
I said it 3 times.
I'm sorry. I've been so focused on this. I have not heard.
I said it's a conspiracy.
And see, because it's even coming around the building now. It's coming around town, like on SpongeBob.
Okay, show me a diagram.
I would use the bone.
You're making a diagram out of stuff. It's like we're solving a mystery on the Flash out of this thing.
So this is the damage.
Yes.
Then
the
3 spires.
Okay.
This shot is right here looking this way. This shot is over here looking this way.
Here's the only problem with that, Isaac. Here's the only problem. I understand that.
You can see right there.
I understand
this one's damaged.
But here's the.
Because you can't see a third
right
spire
here.
in this shot.
Yeah, this one is hidden. This one's gone.
No, I get you, but here's the problem. Here's the problem with this, is you're saying that this one is from this angle and this one's from this angle. The problem is in both pictures. In both pictures, this is flat. It's flat and facing. I mean, you can't really tell, but this is round. But this spire is the damaged spire because you're looking here. There's the damage, the damaged remote control that the dog Wookiee chewed up when we first got him 2 years ago. Yeah, and we still haven't replaced that. So that's the spire flat this way, right? This spire is flat this way. If you're looking from here, yes. So the damage is over here.
It's doing this.
The problem. I'm still on here. So if you're looking there, but here's the thing: is in the other one. This is still flat over here. This is still. Whoop,
Because these-
don't wanna knock the spire over.
Because these two face each other.
Dude, they're not facing each other.
In this one it is. They're facing each other. They're parallel with each other.
They're just making random stuff
those,
now.
Those two are parallel
Yeah.
too. It's just that one's got a chunk
Parallel.
out of it.
That's what I'm saying. That it's all messed up.
Because there's three.
Woman said, "Will Thawne and Barry go back to his childhood home in this episode?"
There's 3 points.
I don't know who's going back to what.
Darth Tasty said, "LOL. I think you need to make a full 3D model."
Because there's 3.
There's gonna be like neighborhood of
There's
make
3
believe up in
vanishing
here.
points in this picture. The vanishing point for this one is right here.
It's gonna be like
This one
12
is
Angry
right here.
Men.
Bruce, you don't know what you just walked into, brother.
There's 3
You
vanishing
just walked into full conspiracy up in here.
Then this one, there's only 2 vanishing points because that's.
We got a diagram of Star Labs.
You're gonna have to
This
make
is
a
your
diagram.
official
That's gonna be your
diagram of
senior
Star
exit.
Labs
It's gonna
here
be-
because I'm pointing out the fact that
Exactly.
this 3D model
Exit
here
high
that
school.
that the CW has rendered is wrong because you got damage here, but you got the whole structure. You got this damage here, and you got a complete thing here.
The 2 corners right here, so that's the face, that's the interior right here facing this one. Then you have the other corner right here going down.
Bruce says, "I
So,
have a habit of
This
bad
right
timing."
here is the corner.
Gavin
That's
says, "I think you
what
need
it
help, Enosh." Haha.
Because right now this is like this. The damage is right here.
Well, it wouldn't be like that. It would be like that because the damage would be right here and back towards here.
The lights, you see the lights wrap around.
Yeah.
The light does not wrap
Caleb
around
says,
right here.
"Maybe they use a different 3D model for
Because this
each
is
shot,
because this is the
depending on
end.
what
You just
angle it's
mentioned this
being
is the
used."
inside. We don't see the inside of this side.
Yeah, because this is like this, and this.
Okay.
We need to commission Bruce to make a 3D model of Star Labs.
Caleb says maybe they use a different 3D model for each shot depending on what angle is being used. That might explain the inconsistencies. And then Darth said we need to commission Bruce to make a 3D model.
Of Star Labs, Bruce. Because Bruce, Bruce, you just came into this, okay? My family is totally against me on this one, and I'm standing alone. I'm standing completely alone on this one. But you see this picture. You see this picture. This is Star Labs outside of Star Labs. You got damage over here, but you can clearly see that the structure is there, right? You can clearly see that the structure is there. Both of these spires are facing towards us, and this damage is over here towards the right. This is the last time I'm showing this.
Still not getting it. I need to grab my head.
Isaac's out.
No, he's going to grab a sketch pad.
He's grabbing a sketch pad. I like this. Is crazy what this has turned into. But okay, so we clearly saw that. Now earlier in the episode,
Liberty Bibbity.
Liberty Bibbity there. This was shown right before this scene.
Female dog Barry.
Barry crying, and
Like a female dog.
and you know.
That's the part where he needs to say.
Okay.
Bruce says I would have to sculpt that. I don't use 3D
Okay.
printing.
So then, well, either way, dude. So then we have the reverse shot here, looking the other way, where Bruce says, "Do whatever Tiff tells you to." So this is the other side, and so this is kind of this is kind of weird. Kevin says Star Labs model made with a box of Kleenex tissues. So this side, this would make sense actually in from that last picture, Isaac. This damage right here would make sense from that last picture because the structure was completely there, right? It was just damaged on the other side.
Which
So
would
this is
mean that the
in this
damage
one.
would be right here on this would be right here
Tiffany,
if this was damaged.
that's what I've been saying. Isaac is saying that the damage would be over here on this side towards this spire.
No.
You've come to my side?
No, that shot is over here. That one.
Okay, Tiffany herself just said that the damage would be over here. That's what I've been
It
saying.
would be in between the back spire and the right spire. It would be in between those two.
You think it's over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's over here. Okay. So there's that. So that shot makes sense right there. Right? That one made sense. But here's the one that makes no sense on any planet, on any multiverse, nothing. Is the one that happens, and this is what caught my eye, because for 6 years now I've been saying that they needed to fix this thing because it's always been damaged, And it's Star Labs. They got money. You know, like, what the heck?
Harley's Lady in the Tramp in it right now because she's hearing you yell.
Oops. I think I went too far, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Did I go too far?
Yeah, because now they're playing the game with the free.
Yeah, we got... Okay, so I went too far back.
Okay, I'm shot now, but...
It was right after this, wasn't it? Because it was right before Barry.
I should draw a top down for...
Okay, I'm getting there, folks. Sorry.
Still have 11 people watching this.
I know. Okay, so here's the shot. Right there. So here is the shot that I'm talking about. Now, you got the exact same thing. Spire over here is fine. You can see the spire over here. Huge chunk out of this spire right here. That's complete sunlight. Looks like a shark took a bite out of it. Completely gone.
Bruce says your fighting is ruining this family, LOL.
And the damage is on the left. It is not on the right. Isaac is trying to say that the shot is from this side, but if the shot was from this side, the damage would be over here. The damage is not over here because these are both facing straight
back for SmackDown.
Straight up. So there you go.
That's a different point of view.
It's
right there.
I got your different point of view right here.
That's from the parking lot, as you can see right there.
From the parking lot.
Yeah.
You can see right there at the very bottom.
This is a parking lot.
I get that that's a parking lot. I understand that.
You said what parking
So
lot?
so was the other shot.
So the parking lot is coming up from that angle. No, it wasn't. It was over by
That
those
was by the
buildings.
trees.
No, it was by those buildings. That one that you're talking about, how the damaged one is on the right and the damage is on that right side.
We got another
washer. It was from the point of view of those buildings.
Okay, so I'm gonna set this over here so we can talk about this episode, but no. I am going to put my evidence together. I'm saving this episode. I'm gonna take pictures.
And I can make another one debunking it.
And Isaac's gonna make this debunking
Isaac
video.
says he's gonna make another video debunking my video.
He's like, I have this on YouTube. I'll throw it up right after yours.
It's
this kind of stuff for art.
It's a Poindexter Lounge throwdown because I'm telling you right now,
Take it to your art teacher.
it's not right. It's not right. All right, guys, come on over. Let's talk about the episode.
Yavin said Enosh has spent nearly 30 minutes talking about this now. Enosh, calm down. Only fake roof, mate.
It's a conspiracy, though. I'm telling you.
Caleb says they reuse all they reuse shots all the time to save money. I will defend the production all I can. I say as long as it doesn't take away from the story, I really don't care. It's like Supergirl having bad CGI.
No. It's not the same. Because this is taken away from the story for me. Because you're showing a building with damage, and then you're showing a building without that damage, and then you're showing a building with damage in different places, and
There's 5 different points of view.
to me that is not. It's basically they built something, they rendered something, but it's not always the same.
Jeff.
Oh yeah, Isaac is right. It's just like no, it's not. Stop it. No, it's not. There's a huge chunk out of it. It's
Bruce
not.
says I see another Enosh video coming.
Because that one that you're saying where it's slightly damaged is you're looking from. That's still Star Labs. You're looking from.
Hold on. Okay, hold on.
You're looking from right here.
Living room Star Labs.
That's still Star Labs.
Yeah, you're saying that one where that one is slightly damaged is from this point of view. This one is from right here, looking that way.
We added 2 new spires.
Oh yeah.
See, you're adding spires now.
No, we put drinks on the table because it wasn't Star
This
Labs
one.
anymore.
It wasn't Star Labs anymore.
This one.
The real question, Bruce, is can I turn this end table here into like a really cool docking bay for Star Wars? That's the like you did. Okay.
This one's from right here, looking this way, and then that one where you talk about how it's slightly damaged, they're facing each other, and then the damage is all the way over here, is from right here.
Also damage from Harley right there.
So that's 1 point of view, 2 point of view,
There's
3
hardly
point of view.
damage right there.
Well, yeah, there's Harley carpet damage right there, where Harley tore up the carpet right there, right in the middle of the living room.
So there's 1 point of view, 2 point of view, 3 point of view.
Well, plus there's times that it comes in like this from these all these different angles, so it shows different shots all the time. That's where I do believe, Caleb, because they reuse them.
Look, I'm not saying that they don't reuse shots. I'm saying that the shots are messed up. I'm saying...
Darth Stacy says, isn't it obvious we're going to have to break into CW Studios?
Right? Like, we're going to have to do something. Because this is not right. This is just not right. I will not be able to sleep until the one-armed man has been brought to justice.
Forget the presidential debates. We're having the Star Labs debates.
Oh, my gosh. This is funny. This is really funny. All right.
How is it that the show is done? We haven't done Talk Nerdy to Me, but yet we got more watchers because of the debate. I think we're onto something.
Because this is important stuff right here. This is what the people really want. People love a good conspiracy theory. And I'm telling you.
Go all Kardashian on them. Being a nerd video is hard.
I'm just saying. I've watched those Spires now for 6 seasons. And you guys know, you guys are always looking at me weird every episode when I go, man, you'd think that they'd fix that by now. It's got a huge hole in it. And then now this week, it's like one shot has a hole in it. The other shot doesn't have a hole in it. One shot looks exactly the same. One shot looks different. One shot, the damage is on the other side. Like, come on, CW. Just get a couple guys together and be like, this is where the damage is on the building, and this is what it looks like.
The only thing that's not correct is this spire. That's the only thing that's not correct.
He's still looking at the Kleenex box.
Yeah, this is the only spire. This is the only thing wrong with the renderings. And all the points of view. Everything else is fine.
I don't think that the angle. I don't think that the angle is done right.
Jeff just said, "Daddy Enoch is becoming the mirror Enoch." Oh my God! I gotta check your mirrors.
Somewhere there's me. It's a straight hair. It's just straight hair.
Darth Tasty said, "Forget about who killed Kennedy."
Right? This is a conspiracy. That was my question to begin with, because we know that we got this mirror thing going on. So my question is, when I first saw it, it was so like glaringly different, because the one picture didn't have damage at all. There was no damage on any spire. So you had one where there's a huge chunk out, one where there's just a little bit of damage, or two where there was just a little bit of damage, and then one other one that had no damage whatsoever. So that's what I was saying, is that we got a bunch of weird stuff happening in this episode. We got what's her name behind the mirror, right? And
Real
trapped
Iris.
in a mirror universe, which is exactly the same as ours.
Iris.
Real Iris. You know, yeah.
Well, 'cause Bruce
but it's a little
says
bit different. And then you got Thawne coming back.
See everything as opposite.
Yeah, but then you got Thawne coming back. So yeah, so if it's like a mirror universe, would it say that there wouldn't be any damage then?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I heard about it. I'll get to what Caleb said after that.
Okay. Well, you guys come over here, because they can't see you.
Gavin said the
They're
next
just looking at me.
CW crossover is called Crisis on Star Labs Roof.
I love it. All
They're
right,
not gonna make a building the most integral part of the season.
The roof, not
Yeah.
losing the Speed Force.
Yeah, they're not gonna. Yeah, the Speed Force will be way more important than. Oh, what's going on with the roof?
Now you watch. The roof is going to come into play. You watch. The season finale, all of a sudden somebody's going to look and go, wait a second, wasn't there damage on the roof?
Bruce says
wait a second, everything got rebooted?
Bruce says he's not mirror yet. Same part in his hair.
Yeah, exactly, right. I got it. Even when it's straight, it's still parts on the same side. Oh, boy. Okay.
And then Caleb did say, hey, Isaac, did you hear about Reggie Phil's anime is joining... Fisame? Yeah. Is joining the board of directors at GameStop.
Yeah, I saw that, and I think that's a really good move. Because he's not going to be like full on like how he was at Nintendo. It's going to be more of helping them and push them back into the right direction.
So they're not going to go away in 5 years.
Pretty much.
Which is awesome.
Which is awesome for us who are collectors.
Or
gamers.
Because everybody's just talking about, oh, it's Reggie that's coming. But they also got 2 other people. They got the marketing director for Walmart. And then the president of Petco. So it's like they got both of them to help, like, pretty much do the funding that they need for what the idea that Reggie has.
Oops, it froze. It froze for a second. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. I thought it was a really good move, like, for GameStop to get Reggie to help them, but Reggie's not like staying doing everything for GameStop. It's more of pushing them back into the right direction so that way they can go back to how they were before, like a few years ago, like when they're like the place to go for gaming, and now it's just now you got all these other alternatives of where you can go.
Well, they're gonna have to do something because now you can download so much, and in the next couple of years, that's how.
Yeah. Well, one thing that hurt them is
I'm switching mics here, by the way, so that we don't run out of power because otherwise you're gonna die.
The first thing that started hurting GameStop before digital sales was their pre-owned games. Their pre-owned games were too expensive compared to other places. Like for us at least, you can at least go to a few doors down, go to Disc Replay, and find a pre-owned game for $10-20 cheaper. And then another part of it was you just weren't getting enough for your trade-in games. So it was like yesterday when I traded in like a few games, like I got a lot more. And I was like, wow, I wouldn't have expected to get that much. When a few years ago, if I were to trade in those same exact games, I would have gotten maybe like $5 like each for each game. So that's kind of what Reggie's doing. He's pretty much pushing them back into that direction of like making them like big business to go to.
Yeah.
But they also got the marketing director of Walmart. So he's gonna help a lot with the marketing at GameStop. And then the president of Petco, he's gonna be doing more of the funding.
Where the pets go?
No, he's gonna be doing more of just like the funding of what GameStop needs. So it's pretty much it's gonna be the three of them working together, but everybody's pretty much talking about Reggie. Oh, Reggie's not joining, so now it's gonna help GameStop. But he's only gonna be there for a little amount of time. He's not gonna be there for the next 5 to 10 years.
Oh, okay.
Bruce said video froze and Enosh magically disappeared, and Bruce also said, "Who's Mike?"
Oh, probably when I said I'm switching mics.
Oh, switching mic.
That's
nice.
probably what do you mean?
I had to switch out the mic.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Bruce said, who's
Jordan,
Mike?
Jordan said Mike Wachowski.
Yeah.
Mike Wachowski. Okay. All right, so now.
Darth says the problem is they give you $10 for a game and turn around and sell it for $40. That's not right. I think you should get at least half the value back.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, yesterday I traded in Luigi's Mansion, which is a fairly new game, because it's on Switch, and that's a $60 game, and without the trade-in bonus, I got $45 back.
Wow.
So that's almost the whole price back.
See, here's the problem with that. And
Bruce also said, Isaac, what console do you use?
I play mainly on the Nintendo Switch. So,
But
He has display and play games though too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got everything. We got an Xbox One.
Him personally, he's got display and play.
Yeah. But so here's the problem with that though, is because like Ryan just mentioned, he's like, well, I can't do downloaded games.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty soon in the next couple of years, that's going to be the only way you're going to be able to get a game.
Yeah.
Physical gaming, physical media. I'm not saying it's going to go away overnight, but it's slowly being.
They're already doing that with the Switch because you get the even on the Switches you have like the what's the cards that I get you guys?
eShop.
The eShop cards. They put it on there. They get the game. They download it.
Yeah, and then on Xbox.
Hey, look, and I'm all for physical media. I love to have a physical thing in my hand that I bought.
For me, it depends on the game, because it's like a bigger game like Animal Crossing or Pokemon or Legend of Zelda, I'd love to have the physical game so I can display that like on my shelves or like, physically have that. But it's like a game like...
It's a collector thing
Snipper
too.
clips or...
So like, but like something like Snipper Clips or like Rocket League or Minecraft, like you can get Minecraft
just put it on my
now.
machine.
So pretty much I'll just get it digitally. So like for me, it depends on the game.
Sure.
Like there's something like I want physically, like Fallen Order. I'd rather have the physical copy of that rather than just have
because it's Star Wars.
Yeah, than just rather have it downloaded on the Xbox.
Well, exactly, right? So that's and that's
things that you're passionate about, the things you collect. Pokemon's your thing. You want all the Pokemon. You want all the Star Wars. You want all specific things.
Like I could have easily gotten RBI for digital instead, and then play that like the day it comes out.
But you get that every year it comes out, so you wanted the physical.
Yeah.
Bruce says I use Xbox. I need a new game.
Real quick, I wanted to address.
Fallen Order.
I wanted to talk about the other thing too, though, that was mentioned, that Ryan mentioned, and that is the fact that like how much money they give you back. Yeah. It's fine if you want them to give you, say it's a $50 game, right? And you want to trade it in, you want to get $25. But here's the other thing though: if you want that, then you need to be prepared that $50 game that's $50 brand new If they give you $25 for it when you turn it in, you better be prepared that you're going to pay $40 at least. $40 to $45. So you're not going to. So if you go into GameStop and you go, oh well, I'm going to get the used version, right? And the used version is only $5-10 less, then we really can't complain about that either, because if they're having to spend out half, because the rule is you're supposed to make 100% on what it is, and you have to remember, it's not just with a game, because
Bruce says the rule of retail is what you paid times 3 to sell.
Well, and see that's that thing. But I mean, when you're talking like resell, you want to do at least 100%. Yeah, that's usually when you're talking retail. Yeah, when you get something wholesale and whatever, it can be anywhere from 100 to 300%. But so that they can make money, because they got to pay for the lights, they got to pay for somebody to stand there, they got to pay for for the inventory and all that stuff. But when you talk, because people say, well, it's not costing them anything if somebody just trades in the game, right? But it's costing them something, and there is a cost for trading it in and having it on their shelf and doing all those things. So it's a hard thing, like. If you have a $50 game, how much should you really get for that? Because if you're going to want half of it back, you've already cut now way into their ability to be able to resell that game and actually make it sense. Because it's not a charity. It's not like Goodwill. Even Goodwill's not a charity anymore. But you know what I mean. It's not like Salvation Army or something like that. Where it's like it's going towards something else. You got to turn a profit. Yeah. If you're going to keep the doors open, and I even recognize. I mean, like right now, Ryan, this is a good conversation for us because we're into Black Series figures, and I just pre-ordered all my Black Series figures through GameStop. Yeah, I could have pre-ordered them other places and saved money. I actually spent $40 more than I would have pre-ordering it like from an online retailer or something like that. But Ryan, I've had problems with online retailers that when it comes time to ship me my my actual toys, they don't come. Like I'm missing out on toys. Yeah. And I can't afford that, because like this last thing where they didn't ship me my Ezra Bridger Black Series figure, by the time they told me that Ezra Bridger action figure was $80. So like, what was the point of saving money, somewhere else or whatever? So at least I know that if I'm going to spend $5 more on those figures, one, I don't have to put up all the money when I pre-order it, and then two, I know I'm going to get it because it's a retail store, and I want them to stay in business. Yeah. So
that's why they got Reggie and then the guy from Walmart, because they're going to be the big two that are going to help pretty much put them right back in the direction, because GameStop used to be known for just games. That's why it's called GameStop. Yeah. But now they've moved to like collectibles and clothes and hats and plushes and like stuff like that. Yeah. So it's like now there's a wide pops. Yeah, stuff like that. And so now it's become like a wide range of things. So that's kind of
they call those 50/50 stores, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's why they get Reggie, because it's like because Reggie pretty much revived Nintendo from the GameCube, because the GameCube, it didn't sell horrible, but it was like compared to, I think it was the Xbox at that time and the PS2, the GameCube pretty much just got overlooked. So after the GameCube, they got Reggie.
The Dreamcast.
Yeah, and then they got Reggie for the Wii, and that pretty much is what put Nintendo back up to where they are now, with the Switch. So it's kind of like they're getting Reggie because one, it's a name, and two, he knows how to bring a business back up.
Yeah. Got a bunch of statements.
Well, too, look also for the more that physical media goes away and they have less actual video games in the store.
That's what they're saying.
Is the more that you're going to see more collectibles, even, I think.
Caleb says, I really like the retro push GameStop is doing by selling old games and systems online. I just picked up a PS1 and Metal Gear Solid. Bruce.
That's one thing I'm going to say real quickly, is like, I like how they're selling like the older, like stuff like Game Boy, GameCube, PS1, PS2, like that kind of stuff on the website. I just wish they had this stuff in the store too. Like
Disc Replay does for us.
Yeah.
Bruce says, Darth, rule of retail is you paid times 3 to sell. Jordan says, I think Reggie Manti from Archie Comics was running GameStop for a while. I think physical media is going to become a more niche collector's item. Bruce says, I use Xbox, I need a new game. You can't buy anything good on PC anymore without downloading for 2 days. Bruce says, I miss plugging in a cartridge and bam, play the game.
Right? That's why I love my NES.
Because that's like, the thing, is it's like, the Xbox now has 2 versions, and that's why everybody's wondering about the Series X in the fall. Is because right now there's the version that we have, which has the disc drive, and they made one that's all digital, but it has a ton more storage.
Because said a ton of mustard.
No,
It's got a ton of mustard on it. Comes with extra mustard.
It has a ton more storage, so that way you can download like those bigger games like Fallen Order or Forza.
I thought they were gonna get a terabyte of like an external hard drive.
Pretty much, yeah. It pretty much has like a terabyte or 2 inside of it already.
Dang.
So obviously, like when they're doing the all digital consoles, and PlayStation, I believe, has one for the PlayStation Pro. I believe there's an all digital version. But that's one thing people are waiting for. The Series X is it going to have both the disc drive and the all digital version, or is there going to be like just the all physical version, like for the first year or something?
Well, I remember, folks, and some of you remember this, and Bruce, I'm sure you'll remember this. I remember back in the day where you could play a really good game of global thermonuclear war on a 5.5-inch floppy, and you could blow up the entire world. I was just last night War Games was on television, and I thought about that because you know how gaming is nowadays and stuff, and you got all this,
It used to be you'd have something like over on show like on this floppy disk, and now
well, the floppy disk was this big, and it was like a kilobyte, it was like nothing. It was absolutely nothing, and Matthew Broderick does that. Matthew Broderick, he pulls out the floppy, puts it into the drive, and I'm just like, holy cow! Yeah, look how far we've come. There's more than that on a.
Yeah, and then nowadays you can have something like a big open world game like Breath of the Wild on something this small.
Right? That's crazy.
Like a whole I think it's a 32 gigabytes is the game, or 30 gigabytes on this.
On that, and here you had like 5 kilobytes maybe on this huge 5-inch floppy. He pulls open the big thing, sticks the drive in. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Caleb says, I don't think physical media is going away. I just started a VHS collection. I've just got like 50 movies so far, from the original CBS Fox release of the Star Wars to random episodes of Power Rangers. Bruce says, do you have the awesome...
Well, there's definitely a collector's market for that stuff. We run into... Because we toy collect, we go to a lot of vintage places and what do they call... antique places. And people definitely still buy VHS. I mean, you can get VHS for pretty cheap. I think that there's plenty of people who want physical media. Yeah. I just think that the companies that make the new media, they're wanting to get away from having to make physical media because they actually have to spend all this money to actually put into making this physical thing. And the problem is that in the end, who's going to win out? Mm-hmm. Because we're still going to want to consume the media. And so it's like every other thing that we've you had VHS, but then they put out DVDs, and I remember buying my first DVDs, and I fought that because I didn't see the difference, right? And then all of a sudden,
Darth, I have my own copy too.
Then all of a sudden I got a DVD player, and it was like, oh wow, this is great. And so I had DVDs, and then it was like Blu-ray, I'm not switching. I just got this a few years ago. Like, I'm not switching this soon, right? VHS lasted forever. Like, forget this. And then it was like, well, guess what? You're going to have to switch over because...
Blu-ray, and then there's 4K Ultra, and there's all
and then in the winter, they keep on saying the holidays of 2020 is when the Series X comes out. But that's going to be running in 8K. So it's like, now there's going to be something... more than 4K.
Bruce says, do you have the awesome Star Wars holiday special on VHS?
I do. I converted it though. Darth
says, FYE, the same thing, you now can't even buy CDs there anymore. It's all collectibles.
That's right. Yeah, that's a great point with like CDs and physical music. Nowadays, where do you go to get physical music? Like, what's the last CD you bought? I like having a physical CD. That's why I like actually some of the bands that I listen to and stuff like that. Like, I like getting an actual album from that. I like artwork. I like being able to pop a physical CD in. But even me, being old school like that, there's still, like I haven't subscribed, to like Spotify or anything. Like everybody always asks me because of my job. They're like, oh, do you do Spotify or do you do Apple Music? And I'm like, neither. If I really want to listen to something, I just go on YouTube and pull it up because everything's on YouTube and it's free.
I listen to my radio station, the app, on my phone for work.
But Prince will say it's kind of like my final thought, like about like the gaming thing.
Because
That's pretty much, yeah. Is I agree with them. Is like physical collecting is pretty much like physical gaming is to be more of like collecting because like obviously like 10 years from now when Nintendo's on the next system.
Yeah.
I'd love to have like Breath of the Wild just like sitting like by my Switch or something like that because that's like my favorite game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want it to be
It's
like, oh yeah, I have it downloaded on my Switch. Like I wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
So
you
like,
can't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like if they took action figures and made them digital, right? And they're like, now you can play with your Star Wars figures in the online world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It'd take the fun away.
Because right now it's more of the developers pushing the digital media. And it's more of like Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony pretty much stopping and saying, no, we're going to have both physical and digital.
Caleb said, no, I couldn't find one for a decent price. Bruce says, we are the knights who say knee.
Me!
And then he texted one down. He said, ignore that I typed it in the wrong text box. Sorry. Gavin said, now that I watched all of the shows, now I would rate them first Arrow / Batwoman, second Flash, third Legends, fourth Supergirl, and Alice is the best villain this season. Bruce, they said ignore that. Jordan says, you heard that an animated Mario Brothers movie is coming out next year. It's being made by the guys who made Despicable Me.
Yep, it's Nintendo. Nintendo and Illumination partnered up.
And then William said Isaac with glasses on. Smart Isaac. Darth said, I have the Series S, but mine came with a disk drive.
Yeah, that's what we have is the S.
And we also got an external hard drive that we put behind it of a terabyte or two, so that way, 2 of them, so that way they have enough to play all their games. Bruce says Isaac is smart without the glasses. Darth says Series X. William says I have the Xbox One X and the Xbox One.
Yeah, the difference with X is it's pretty much better for 4K TVs.
William says the Series X comes out at the end of this year.
Yeah, because it's the X and the PS5.
Bruce is my spirit animal because he said Oregon Trail with like 5 exclamation points.
I almost wore an Oregon Trail TV or t-shirt.
TV?
I almost wore an Oregon Trail TV. What would an Oregon Trail TV be? It would just be a box.
It would with oxen going across it.
I almost wore a box tonight.
Because I have 2 Oregon
That's
Trail
how old
t-shirts.
school I am. Old school. I just wear a box.
I have 2 Oregon Trail t-shirts.
And we have the game, the board game.
Board game. I actually have the computer game. Bruce says I was just playing. Or Darth says, I was just playing Oregon Trail the other day, Bruce. Still love it. Bruce says, I still have a Commodore 64 with the floppy disk and a dot matrix printer. 1.5 meg on a floppy, I think.
Heck yeah.
That's awesome. William says, now there's streaming and you get tons more content for a lot less.
Well, and that's the trade-off. That's where they get you, because you realize that you could have all of this, and it could be a whole lot less money than trying to get physical media for it, and so you make that concession after a while. They beat you with it, and they just beat you down with it until you're just like, ugh. You're like Rocky, you know? It's like, you like it, and then you're just like, all right, I'll give in.
William says 8K is still so expensive, but the Series X will probably be the main console for a while, so hopefully it will get cheaper in a few years.
It'll start super expensive, but then a year later they'll probably drop it by at most $50.
The last time it was like $800 for this, and then all of a sudden it's like down to $3 or $4.
Yeah.
Caleb says, I really like the retro push. Some stores are doing lately. Take GameStop. I just bought a PS1 and original Metal Gear Solid. It's a blast. Yeah. William says, I'm here for VR though, because it will be so cool to be a Jedi and use the Force and stuff.
Yes.
Caleb says they say the life cycle of the Xbox Series X and the PS5 will last 15 to 20 years.
That's something Nintendo said with the Switch, and the Switch just passed its 3rd year.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, you really think that it's going to last that long, though?
Jordan says...
Hold on a second. You think that the PS5 is going to last for 15 years?
The PS4 lasted about 10.
Huh?
The PS4 came out in 2011, if I remember correctly. And then the Xbox One came out in 2015, I believe. Or 20. Here.
I didn't think Xbox 4 had been out for that long.
Jordan says.
PS4.
PS4.
I didn't think PS4 had been out quite that long.
Jordan says, I do plan on making DVDs of the first Scooby-Doo fan film, but I haven't had time to do it. But I'm not fussed about it because I know everyone can view it online unless Warner Brothers claims me. LOL.
Yeah. PS4 came out November 15th of 2013.
Okay.
So it's been out 7 years now.
So you're looking at, so it's been out for 7 years now. So that's less than half the time that they're saying that the other one is going to.
Xbox X and PS15 will last 15 to 20 is what Caleb said. They're expecting.
I just don't see that happening. As technology.
Yeah, and then the Xbox One also came out in October 2013.
Yeah, see, I don't know. For me personally, I look at it. I think it's a great marketing ploy to go, oh yeah, look, you can buy this game system and it'll last for 15 to 20 years.
William, I like your comment. It reminds me of Back to the Future.
You know what I mean? Like I think it's a good marketing thing to say, hey, you can buy our stuff and it'll last 15 to 20 years. But they don't know what is come. You know what I mean? We just don't know what's going to come in the next 15 to 20. You're talking 20 years. 2000, the year 2000 to now, look at what has changed. Okay, that's what's changed from the year 2000 when literally nothing was digital, nothing was, you know,
And you say from
all this
2
stuff.
years from 40.
You're gonna be like my age, dude.
Yeah.
But if that was true, I just don't see how that.
I can see it from Microsoft and Nintendo, but not from Sony. Because Sony has had maybe 5 or 6 different versions of the PlayStation.
Yeah, Sony has said a lot of stuff too about like their movies and a lot. You know, I mean, I know it's a different division, but
I got a couple more to get through, and then I
Sony.
have to pee because I can't sit on the couch without peeing my pants.
Yeah, because
we got pads underneath.
Yeah, I don't need the dog to follow.
But like pretty much now with gaming, visually, we've pretty much gotten to the highest point that we can in gaming.
So far.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah, well, yeah, because we're here.
Because you can see in Madden, it pretty much looks like how it does on TV.
There's times they've been playing games that I've walked in and I'm like, what are you watching? He's like, I'm playing a video game. I'm like, that is not a video game.
Forza looks completely real.
But like William said, what's after that? What's after? You got VR, where you're actually in it, where, you know what I mean? Like,
Bruce says if they digitized action figures, imagine the customs we could do.
Oh my goodness.
Jordan says also Vader Episode 2 is coming out this year. Whoop whoop. William says I think GameStop will eventually become the place for retro gaming. I think it does way better on the reselling aspect of things, so I think it will end up being the retro hub, which reminds me of Back to the Future.
What I'm thinking GameStop's going to be by the time that Reggie and the guy from Walmart is done, I'm thinking it's going to be games and collectibles. Whether it's new games or retro games and collectibles.
That's where they're getting the bulk of their money.
Yeah, I think they'll get rid of plushes, they'll get rid of the shirts, they'll get
Go
rid
to
of
Walmart
the hats.
for those. Yeah.
They'll put those another place. I think it'll be, by the time that they're done, I think it'll be just games, new and retro, and collectibles.
But you wouldn't consider shirts and all those things collectibles?
No, because like that black reverse flash shirt that I have, I wouldn't consider that a collectible because it's just a reverse flash shirt.
I think it's all part of the same offering.
Bruce says Holodeck will replace all your primitive technology.
There you go. No, I think that's part of it. I think that when you're talking collectibles, like you're always going to have your backpacks, your purses, your t-shirts. T-shirts are an easy thing for them to have because t-shirts are just there, and everybody wants t-shirts, and you're wearing a Nintendo t-shirt right now. Why are you wearing it? Because because either we saw it and he was like, "Hey, Isaac loves Nintendo. We're gonna get we're gonna get Isaac a Nintendo shirt," or you saw it and you said, "Hey, this is something I identify with." Yeah. It's the same thing with pop vinyls, right? Is like pop vinyls. One of the reasons why
I just saw Gumby and I wanted it because I grew up watching.
The reason why pop vinyls are still around and still kicking and they're not the Beanie Babies of right now is because they keep adding new licenses and there's always something for somebody. And every time I go, yeah, I really don't want any more pop vinyls. Then all of a sudden at GameStop it pops up and it's like, oh, they're actually releasing Han and Carbonite. Yeah, I want that one. Oh, and they're actually going to release He-Man. They're going to release the right He-Man, not the Battle Armor He-Man crap that they try to
pawn off on us. And the
actual Skeletor, and it's like.
Even
before I know it, it's like I don't even like pop vinyls, but I got so many pop vinyls because I like what it is. Like I gotta have the Mandalorian, right? I know. It's like I gotta have the Mandalorian, I gotta have the latest Boba Fett, and I gotta have, we got Smallville pops over here. We got Queen and all the Saturday Night Live pops because of Saturday Night Live.
Jordan said, though, I thought the lifespan for a console was 5 years. William said Xbox Series X and PS5 will last for probably 10 to 12, especially since Xbox is doing the whole game streaming thing.
15 years.
And I think Microsoft is working on a VR headset, he said. I'm just finishing these last comments.
15, I think, is their goal, but realistically, I think they'll make 13 at most. 12 at least.
I could see that.
Yeah. 15.
Darth doesn't think any system will last that long. Caleb said I had a PS3.
I think that's stretching it, honestly.
But the Xbox and the PlayStation have almost reached a decade of being out, and they're the main consoles right now.
Caleb said I had a PS3 for 10 years. I've had my PS4 for 5, and I'll probably keep it for a while before upgrading.
But you'll have it. You'll have it. You'll keep it. That's I think having it and keeping it and having something else come out that replaces it that other people will buy are two different things. Because I got my Nintendo Entertainment System here right next to the Xbox One. So and I got an Intellivision right over here.
William says I think the consoles will integrate the new tech into them eventually.
Well, we know the Series X, and I thought they said the PS5. Well, the Series X is going to be backwards compatible with all Xbox games. Xbox One, Xbox 360, and the original Xbox.
The Xbox 5 is going to be backwards compatible with everything?
The Xbox Series X will.
Yeah.
Really?
The PS5.
That's smart.
The PS5, they said, it's going to be backwards compatible, but the way they put it sounded like it's only going to be backwards compatible with PS4 stuff.
Oh, see, and that's why I didn't buy a PS3.
Yeah.
That's why I did not buy a PS3 at the time. Yeah. Was because it was not backwards compatible. I wouldn't play my PS2 games, and I was like, well,
forget that.
Yeah.
I played PS2. PS2 was the last gaming system that I actually played a lot of games on. That I had games because I could play both my PS1 games and my PS2 games on it, and so I played all those games. But that was the last gaming system that was my PS2 because PS3 came out, and I was like, well, because I almost got a PS3 instead of getting a Blu-ray player. Because it would play Blu-rays. Remember because I was on the phone with all these different places, and I went and did all this research. The money we were going to
spend, we were debating: are we just going to get the video game and be able to use it and watch the Blu-rays on it, or are we gonna?
Because I wanted to get the best bang for my dollar.
We could technically do that with the Blu-rays on our Xbox.
Yeah,
but we already have the Blu-ray,
well,
so we don't need.
There's actually some game we accidentally got a 4K. Blu-ray once, and we got home and we couldn't watch it and realized we could watch it through the Xbox.
Yeah, because you can watch 4K Blu-rays through the Xbox.
Bruce says when I was a kid, we had 8-bit graphics and a joystick with a single button, and we were happy to have it. God darn it, LOL. Sad
hey, no, that was my childhood, buddy. Your childhood was I had a couple of sticks and a rock, and out in the backyard with some dirt.
William says pops are doing the right thing.
Your version of Pong was hitting a rock back and forth to each other.
Bruce says, I really dislike Funko Pop stuff. I don't know why.
I say that too, but I got a ton of them because every time I see another one, I'm like, oh, that one's cool.
Darth said most of the game systems are only backwards compatible from the game system before. I definitely think it's a good idea to make them all generations of systems backwards compatible.
That's what Microsoft claims right now with the Series X.
See, that would make a whole lot of sense. Yeah. And I think that would sell a lot of systems.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing that people are like, okay, because right now PS4 is like the main system right now, right above Switch, and then it goes Xbox. So people are thinking after the PS5 and the Series X comes out that people think Series X is going to be on top because you'll be able to play any Xbox game ever, and Blu-ray, plus anything else that they add on it.
Yeah. Darth Tasty says most of the... Oh, he already said that. Caleb says, I measure the life of a console by the last game made for it. The PS3's last game was in 2015. That was 10 years of life.
For me, technical, the Wii has had games made for it for the past 9 years.
Even though it stopped making Wii's?
Because they still make Just Dance for the Wii.
That's right. Dang.
Just Dance 2020.
Knowledge on you.
Just Dance 2020 came out on the Wii.
You just got served. Isaac just served you. Isaac just put it right up there in your face. It was like, gave you that hip thrust.
Because the Wii came out in 2011, so
just dance.
So I mean that the Wii would be out. We'll have games made for it for almost 10 years.
William seems to agree with you. He says it'll be backwards compatible to all the titles, and you most likely won't have to download any of the old titles because they will be streamed. Also, I think Xbox will take over PlayStation in the console war with the Series X.
Yeah, because
Bruce says I wasn't allowed to play with sticks.
PlayStation is kind of strict right now.
William says that Tiff go pee, and Bruce says anger management problems because of the holiday special. LOL.
Here, I'll flip the comments on me. Yeah.
Oh, I could have. Did you pull it up?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
It's loading them all right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Her bladder thanks you. That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause that's the kind of thing that's hurting Sony right now. Is it's like Sony has good games, and I'll give them that because Spider-Man was really good. They have MLB The Show, which is one of my personal favorites.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Baseball, but Sony's gonna be losing MLB The Show.
What is that? What? Did we just hear her go?
Yeah. So.
Did you shut the door?
It hurts so good.
I don't know if you guys can hear that because I changed the mics out.
It was announced in December that MLB The Show, starting at the end of this year, MLB The Show is not going to be a PlayStation exclusive. It's going to be going to Switch and Xbox and PlayStation.
Oh wow!
So that's an exclusive that Sony is going to be losing. So pretty much all they have left is the Spider-Man games, which they're making one every so often. Within years, they're probably making a Spider-Man game like every system.
Well, yeah.
So it's like, it's not like with Breath of the Wild, how they make them 1 and 2 on the Switch. It's not like, oh yeah, you want to play Breath of the Wild 2? Here, get this new Switch. It's like, here, you can play both of these on it. And then with the Series X, you'll be able to play all of those. And the PS5, as of right now, and from what I've read, it's pretty much only going to be backwards compatible with PS4. So it's like, that's why I think PlayStation's going to kind of fall to the bottom, because like they don't cross-platform.
Yeah.
With how diverse like people are with their consoles right now. Like there's PC gamers, there's Switch gamers, there's Xbox and PlayStation. But PlayStation doesn't want to cross-platform with anybody because they're like the on top console right now.
Yeah.
It's like that's gonna hurt them because that's what hurt Xbox because the 360 was like that. With 360, they didn't want to cross-platform on Call of Duty and.
Yeah, William says I like both, but I'm really an Xbox boy.
Yeah.
William says Dino Tiff.
Dino?
Yeah.
So Dynamite?
I agree with William.
Dino Tiff!
Obviously, personally with me, Nintendo's at the top for me, but it's like, then it goes Xbox, and then PlayStation.
Your legs are warm and my feet are cold.
Yeah.
Bruce says, I'll never stop playing with my Wii until it blows up.
That means two
Um,
Sorry.
It has my record of 105 pounds lost over the past 5 years. Way to go, brother.
Is that from the Wii Fit board?
Yeah.
I loved that thing.
Except
for it
years
was
ago,
rude when you step on it and it goes, oh. Like, oh, gee, thanks, fatty.
Yeah, it never let me play any of the Wii games because I was too fat always. So remember that? I remember when you got that, and I was like, oh.
Because I love doing the hula hoop.
I guess I won't be playing any of these games.
And then I was stuck at the meditating.
You were too fat to play the game.
You were too fat to play a video game. Go outside.
To lose weight.
Go outside and walk a little bit.
He's defending Nintendo.
They learned from that because since the Wii Fit board, they've not done anything close to that.
Nope.
Because everybody was ticked off and offended.
They made a new fitness game for the Switch, which is called Ring Fit Adventure, where you get this.
Where it's like, yes, welcome on here, you
are
lovely
looking
big
wonderful,
bone person,
Fatty.
you.
Yes, so instead of this board, with pressure plates that you step on, it's now this ring that's used to exercise.
Let's get some positive reinforcement. Welcome on, you lovely big boned person, you.
Yeah.
I lost it. William says, did you see NFL signed with 2K games for an NFL 2K?
I didn't see that, but I saw a while ago that they're wanting to do a college football game again. So I'd love that if they did 2K with NFL.
You're kind of gaming people.
Yeah.
You could do your own thing, dude.
Yeah.
This is your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
This is it, man.
Yeah, I'd love, because 2K kind of likes the Switch. Just like the Switch is like my main place to play. So it's like, for me, it's like, okay, I love that because EA doesn't like Nintendo. If you look on the Switch, there's only 2 games on the Switch right now that are made from EA, and it's FIFA and then one other game that nobody's ever heard of. I'm like, I'm not gonna play FIFA.
What is FIFA?
Soccer.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for all of our watchers abroad in basically every country except for the United States. Everybody else is like, FIFA, it's our favorite game. Yes, the FIFA, we love it. It's a beautiful game. It's the only game I own. Viva la FIFA, and we're just like,
unless the United States wins a championship, that's the only time.
What's that?
Unless the United States wins a championship, that's the only time.
Yeah, United States is like, yeah, buddy, yeah, we won this thing. What's up, world? We got this. We're the United States. We just beat you at your own game.
They showed
your football.
Football.
Your football. We beat you at your football.
Yeah, and then 2K has put
Soccer.
Has put all their NBA games on the Switch since the Switch is released, and then they also put another game called Civilization, which is a very different game. So I haven't really looked into that.
The views expressed by Enos are not necessarily those of the Poindexter Lounge or its viewers.
William, I'm a younger human. It's in
so it's
awesome.
That'd be great if the NFL signed with 2K. It's obviously it's gonna go to a lot more places.
Oh yeah.
EA only likes the consoles, except for the Switch.
Darth Casey says, I'm an Xbox person as well. I haven't owned a PlayStation since PS2. I actually swore I would never buy an Xbox at one time of my life. They were the first to come out with live gaming, so I switched.
That's one thing. That's a meme that goes around that I don't agree with. It says people went from the PS2 to the Xbox 360 to the PS4, and I was like, not really. People went from PS2 to 360 to the One for the people that actually like the Xbox, not because of the hype that's around that console.
Do we have the One or the S?
It's part of the One family. And we have the One S, which is pretty much just a tiny bit faster version of the original One.
I'm not gonna be able to keep up my phone.
Yeah.
Xbox Live and Mixer are just amazing. Bruce, did you ever play the Star Wars game on Wii? They had a Rancor Rampage, and it never...
That's another thing that's going to benefit with, that people don't realize that's going to benefit the Series X, is Twitch is slowly dying. Because their rules have a ton of gray area.
Can she grab your...
Yeah. Twitch has a ton of gray area in the rules. You could do something and it could be tested, going against the terms of service, but at the same time, it's literally 50-50, you could do the same thing 2 nights in a row, and one night you could get banned. Even though you did the same thing 2 or 3 nights in a row.
Really?
Yeah, that's why Ninja left, and he went to Mixer, which is slowly becoming bigger. Shroud left.
William personally loves Mixer. It's way better than Twitch.
Yeah, it's more organized, and they don't just show, hey, these are the big people, you should watch them. Mixer's like, hey, here's some smaller people and some bigger people, you should watch them. So that's one thing I also like about Mixer, but that's the only way that you can watch it on console, at least I think, is on the Xbox.
William says Xbox Live and Mixer are just amazing.
Yeah, and then you can get Mixer on your phone, so it's not just exclusive to the Xbox. So it's that's one thing that's going to help the Series X when that launches.
William says 360 was better than PS3 in the early days because it had the Halo and Call of Duty right at the start of competitive esports.
Yeah, esports.
It's in the game.
No,
Darth
esports
says
are
love
much,
Halo.
Yeah.
I actually bought a Switch just for Zelda.
No, esports is pretty much just cash cups for the people that are really good at the games.
Darth Tasty said I actually bought a Switch just for Zelda.
Yeah, that's one thing that's that's one thing that
William
Nintendo
says,
has.
But Halo 5 wasn't amazing.
That's one thing. It's Xbox is oh yeah, we got Halo, we got Forza.
I'm with Jordan. Everyone's like, I like this. Jordan's like, I'm a chocolate milk guy. That's awesome.
No, it's Xbox is oh yeah, we have Halo and we have Forza on all of our systems because it's only tied to Xbox. And Sony's we have MLB The Show, we have Spider-Man, and I know I'm missing it. God of War, that's the game I'm missing. And we have God of War. That's what Sony has. Which is with Nintendo, people have cared about these different franchises for years. Since the NES, people cared about Mario, the Legend of Zelda series.
Pokemon.
Pokemon with the NES, that was more of that started with the Game Boy. But it was still back at that time when the NES was still very popular. So it's like, that's one thing that Nintendo has over those other companies. It's like, all of us are attached to any of these Nintendo franchises at some extent.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's like, most people are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get the Switch at launch because of Breath of the Wild, and it takes you forever to beat if you wanna go through everything, like how I did. The game took me 3 months to beat.
Yeah.
So from March, I beat it in June.
By your birthday.
Yeah. Because I remember by that time I was like, okay, I beat Breath of the Wild, now what do I play? Because that's when I asked for Mario Kart and ARMS.
Yep.
And one other game I can't remember right now. I remember just 3 of them. And then, but it's like, people, I'm trying to think about it, but Nintendo pretty much has system sellers pretty much every year that they can put out. Like, launch year, it was Breath of the Wild. The second year, last year, it was Mario Maker and Mario Bros. Deluxe and Luigi's Mansion. So it's like, that's 3 different, and Yoshi's Crafted World, so that's 4 different Mario franchises that you could buy. And I'd say probably the system seller out of all of those was probably Luigi's Mansion and Mario Maker 2. So it's like, that was like the system seller. And then also at the end of the year, you also had Pokemon Sword and Shield.
And then didn't Logan get his Switch with Fortnite or something, or?
Yeah, but it wasn't because Fortnite drove people to get the things. It was
Well,
more of that. And then this year, as of right now, before a Direct, unless it got announced during this live stream and I completely missed it, this year's system seller is Animal Crossing.
You're one of them.
Yeah, I'm one. No, it's not to get people to buy systems. Like, people are like, oh yeah, people that don't own it are gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get Animal Crossing because I love that on the GameCube. I love that on the 3DS. So I'm gonna get a Switch or Switch Lite to get to play Animal Crossing because I already know somebody that's doing that.
Yeah.
And then a few of my friends are like, yeah, that's why I want it for Christmas, so I can get Animal Crossing in the spring.
William says Halo 4 was my game personally. That might be because I'm a younger human. I can't wait for Halo Infinite. Tasty says I love FIFA. LOL.
That's one thing I will say, William, is it's like, it kind of bums me out that Halo Infinite's not going to be a Series X exclusive. It's like, that's not going to be a system seller. Now it's going to be the people that love the Xbox One are going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to move to the One X right away. And then for people,
do you think there's going to be anybody who's going to buy both? Or is that like forbidden where you pick one system or the other? You can't have both.
Ask me that again after E3. After E3, ask me that question again and then I'll answer it.
William says the only thing the PS4 does better than Xbox are the games.
One thing I will say when I'm talking about Halo Infinite is getting me to play the whole series. Because I've seen Halo Infinite, I'm like, okay, I've been recommended this game multiple times by multiple friends.
Aww. Thank you, Bruce.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Wait till Enosh hears about that. That's awesome.
Yeah. But it's like, with Halo Infinite, it's like, I've seen the trailers for that. I've been watching it since E3 last year. 2 years ago at E3. 2 years ago at E3.
See, I'm not the only one that calls out from the bathroom.
2 years ago at E3, they announced Halo Infinite, but they never said, oh yeah, it's going to be on the Series X. They said, oh yeah, this is going to be the next Halo installment.
Yeah.
And because of that, that's wanting me to go back. Well, not go back, because I never played them, but that wants me to go from the very, very beginning and play it up to Halo Infinite. But it's also going to put me back on a ton of games I already have to play. Like Astral Chain and Assassin's Creed and Doom.
William did say that I personally love Mixer. It's way better than Twitch. And then Ninja's Twitch became a porno page. Jordan says, should I make a film based on Star Wars Death Troopers? William says, I want to go into a career in esports. I want to be a graphic designer for an esports team. And then Darth Tasty said, how do you know that about Ninja's channel? LOL. William says it was big news.
Yeah.
Jordan says...
It's kind of like Twitch is like revenge.
Yeah.
On him leaving him, because Twitch was paying Ninja nothing compared to what Mixer is paying him now.
Oh, sweet.
Because Ninja would probably only get maybe a few thousand a month from Twitch, plus his donations.
Yeah.
So he's probably only making maybe a few thousand a month.
More on TikTok.
Yeah, he's probably only making like a few thousand a month, probably.
Jordan.
And then when Mixer offered him a deal, it was $400 million over 10 years.
Yeah.
So Mixer's paying him $10 million a year for the next 10 years. Wait, no, $40 million over the next 10 years. No, $40 million a year over the next 10 years, plus all of his donations.
And then Jordan says, I just sent a pic of Captain Redbeard that Enosh will voice in case anyone wants to see, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Darth Tasty said, I was just messing with you, dude. Talking about that. And William says, yeah, I know. Bruce says he just sold a Palatoy Death Star because of us.
Heck yeah!
That's awesome. William says also Xbox will have Cyberpunk, if I'm not mistaken. William says one thing for
Cyberpunk,
sure,
that's-
E3 is going to be awesome this year.
That's one thing that's like, that's one thing that sucks about gaming now. Is it's like, I still have to play Astral Chain. I still have to replay Assassin's Creed 3 and Black Flag, and I never played Rogue, even though that was an Xbox
Plus, you got
exclusive
3
for a
more
while.
coming out this month. There
Yeah.
are 2 for sure. One that's
Plus,
in the works.
Even though I know the story, I have to play Doom 3 and Doom 2016.
To play Doom Eternal when it
Yeah.
comes out.
And Doom Eternal when that comes out, whatever. it
That
does
you've
on
already paid
Switch.
for.
Yeah. And then yeah, now I have to play Halo.
Darth
I still
Tasty's.
play COD Modern Warfare.
Darth Tasty says, I have a friend who buys every system that comes out, so people will definitely buy both. So
Yeah.
Darth
Yeah,
answered my
There's
question.
people that buy both, but it's like normally you're tied to one company because you
William-
like that one more.
William said, dude, Isaac, get the Master Chief collection, then you have all the amazing original Halo games, and it's pretty cheap.
Okay, I've
Bruce
heard
says,
of that. I
don't
haven't
tell
suggested
Enosh, but buy yourself something nice. LOL. Just
Yeah, that
kidding.
goes into my account. We're busting out the whipped cream to celebrate that. Way to go, Bruce, on that Palatoy sale.
Okay, so this is
Darth
one
Tasty
question.
says Halo 2 was my favorite, William. I
I'll
used
just
to
look
play
it
the
up real
first 2 with my friends when I was in my 20s. Reminds me of the days when I was a younger human, LOL.
So there's 5 Halo games. What ones come in the Master Chief collection?
William says Halo 2 and Black Ops 2 are what really took esports off the
yeah.
ground. Bruce says 2 Worlds, Quake 2, I miss that game. William says, I think we can all agree on one thing, Red Dead Redemption 2 was the best. Bruce says, William, that's my next one.
Uh-oh, I saw that smirk.
Yeah.
I saw that little, it was very subtle. It was like,
That's some cool whip.
it was like this little head nod, like, eh.
I haven't played it, so I'm not gonna
That's
say
a
a ton
cool
on
bit.
it. I'll say the music is great, but I think one thing that benefited from it was the love of the first one and the improved graphics of the second one. But that's without playing Red Dead Redemption, so I could be completely wrong.
You want some Isaac?
No, thank you.
You want to whip it?
But
The
Whip it
dogs
good.
like it. Do you like a whip it?
for me personally, it's like I think Red
William
Dead
says
Redemption
Halo
is
1
good.
through 4 come in the collection.
Okay, so I'd only need to get 5 and then Infinite.
Mhm.
Okay. So I'll look into the Master Chief collection and figure out where I can get that
That's
for
a
how much.
cool whip.
Mm-hmm.
Want some
Do one shot. You just can't do one shot.
more? Nope.
All right, so
No.
Fish, though, for Red
you
Dead.
all right?
Being paired multiple times during the story.
You're
Yeah, I
about to
get it.
get another $10.
I haven't played Red Dead, so that's why I'm not saying much. If I would have played Red Dead, then I would have talked way longer on it.
I was afraid it was gonna come out of my nose.
Yeah. One thing I love from the Game Awards is I thought the music was amazing for Red Dead Redemption. Because every year at the Game Awards, they always play they always have a live band that play.
Oh, okay.
Like a live orchestra that plays. And,
Okay.
and my favorite version of Smash Bros, like the theme song is from the Game Awards.
Oh wow.
So every year, like the big games of the year that are expected or nominated for Game of the Year, they always do performances of throughout the show.
William said the story was so good. The online is trash though for Red Dead. I mean, I cried multiple times during the story.
That's one thing I love about Breath of the Wild. It's like it tug at your heart like multiple times in that story.
William says also skip Halo 5. It really wasn't worth it, especially because all the titles in the Master Chief collection are enhanced graphics.
Okay. Yeah.
And then Jordan said
there's
Enosh
something
just
I
got
know.
the Captain Redbeard pic on Instagram. He looks great in a pirate hat. LOL.
I got 2% battery life on this phone right now, so I'm gonna pull that up.
Yeah, I'm gonna need tips for what to play and in what order for Halo, because it's like I know for Doom, skip 1 and 2, go right to 3, and then go to Doom 2016.
And then by the time you get that, hopefully Doom Eternal will be out.
If I haven't played too much.
What's up with your
Wrestling.
friends? Like, I pull up Instagram and that's like what?
Who is that?
That's Grace.
Dang.
It's like, who invaded my Instagram? If Grace is watching.
Holy crazy Tata.
I'm sorry, yeah, whoa, holy cow. Okay.
Go you.
I don't know what to look at next, or where to look.
And then for Arkham, like, I know if I wanted to play it chronologically, I would play Origins, Asylum, City, Night.
Darth says Red Dead is awesome. It got the largest open world of any game ever made so far. Yeah. Bruce says, meanwhile, I'm sitting here with a bottle of Jameson cutting cardboard, lol. And William said Red Dead's music
got me again because I had to switch to my other account.
William says Red Dead's music was probably the best part of it, part about it, other than voice acting and graphics and pretty much everything. So really, the story is just the best thing ever. It was 60 hours long though.
That's good.
So that's me
because I love.
Nice.
That's my character.
That's very cool. I like the purple feather.
I like the purple feather. There you go. That's the character I'll be playing.
For my friends that have played Red Dead Redemption 2, they definitely said that they loved it. And from reviews, I've never seen a bad review for it. So it's like, I've never...
Have you played Red Dead?
No, but it's just never been one of those games that have always appealed to me. It's one of those, at least what it looks like to me.
But you're more Mario, Pokemon, Zelda, kill 'em.
Mine's more of action, like, not necessarily fast-paced, but it's more of like, it's a story that...
Keeps your brain going?
Keeps your brain going, builds up, and then as the ending, that's like, okay, I like how that ended, now I can wait for the next game.
Jordan says, how does anyone feel about that Monster Hunter and Uncharted movies?
Oh, the ones that are coming out. The ones that are coming out, that just... Because I know Uncharted just got announced, but I didn't hear about Monster Hunter getting announced. Because I know as soon as Uncharted got...
He says Monster Hunter and Uncharted movies.
Monster Hunter, I'm going to be interested, because I've only played one Monster Hunter game, and I didn't really like it. I played Generations.
But would you watch a movie if it came out of it?
Yeah, and if I watch it...
I'd watch a movie of it, yeah. I don't have to play it. I watch a movie of it.
No, it reminds me of William H. Macy. You put a mean turkey chili in front of me, I'm going to eat it.
No.
You know which movie that is?
Yeah, that's Mystery Man.
Wild Hogs.
Oh, that's right. It's Wild Hogs.
Ah!
No, from the people that I know that love the Monster Hunter games, they've told me to play Iceborne because that one's really good. And they say that if I didn't really like Generations, then I should play Dauntless because that's what everybody thought Generations was going to be. But Dauntless is like an online game that's like Monster Hunter.
The flying what?
Jordan says the flying purple people are invading Enoch's Instagram.
Something's invading my Instagram, I'll tell you. I don't know if it's flying purple people eaters, but it's...
Bruce says, good seeing you guys, but I gotta go. Time to fire up some power tools.
Alright, well, so, interesting discussion tonight. Tonight we weren't talking about Superman. Tonight we got off on this whole video game thing right away, and so that's
it's like,
cool.
now it's my time to shine.
We went from Star Labs to Reggie.
We went from a half-hour dissertation on the outside of Star Labs.
We went from Star Labs.
We turned our coffee table into Star Labs.
To Reggie, the game.
I'm doing this video.
Now our opinions on different games.
I'm doing this video about Star Labs because this is like in my craw now.
I think so, Seamus.
I think so, Seamus, because I am not gonna deal with this. I am definitely bringing this to people's attention.
It's like Wookiee and Harley with a chew toy.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not letting go.
Oh my gosh! But hey, what did you think of the episode tonight? We should tag something on there.
I miss Dibney.
Yeah!
Just saying.
I miss Dibney too. They got... Where's Dibney?
William says that was one of my best streams. Love talking video games with you, Isaac. Maybe you and him should do a video gaming thing.
I'm telling you
across the state line.
I'm telling you what. You got it. We got it.
Yeah, it works with Switchforce.
There you go.
Switchforce is two friends that live in
Nerding
different
out.
parts of the U.S. and they make videos.
Point
once
next
a day.
to gaming.
There you go.
I'm
telling you.
Put glasses around that.
No, you can't use this.
Oh, that's right.
It's trademarked.
Yeah. Even though Nintendo probably won't trademark it, they probably... Well, not trademark it. They probably won't, like, fine you for it.
Well, it is trademarked.
I
guarantee if you look at...
Yeah.
Because it says Nintendo on it.
I know it's trademarked, but Nintendo's not normally huge on, like,
putting it out there.
Putting like the band hammer on people like right away.
Mine.
That S is mine.
The people that are in the games will get this, unless you're Alienware. Nintendo's not
True.
gonna really strike you with the band hammer.
Now, I miss Dibney.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Iris at the end of the episode showing, sorry you had to find out this way, was very BA. I don't like her very often, and that was very cool. Especially when you know that the real her is on the other side of the mirror. And it made me wonder, too, when she shot her with that mirror gun, does that just mean she's gone and now Cisco has no girlfriend again?
No, I bet
or
you
does that mean
her
she
in
put her into the
mirror
mirror
world
that they're in? Is it the same one that Iris is in?
But I'm wondering if that's going to make Cisco leave. Because the rumors have come up again about the idea of Cisco
Well, Iris
leaving
can be
the
like,
show.
I don't know, she left in the middle of the night. I don't know.
Actually, the rumors have come up again of both Cisco and what's her name? Killer Frost. What's her real name? I can't remember her real name. Anyways,
I follow her on.
about
Killer
both Panabaker.
Yeah,
Daniel Panabaker.
Daniel Panabaker and Ramon. So the rumors have come back up again about them possibly leaving the show and being replaced by.
She's also got a baby.
Yeah, being replaced by the new people that they're trying to. That's why they're trying to get us used to them.
Yeah, that's
so
why
that they
we
can.
got Chester.
Yeah, so that they can slowly phase.
Star's Tasty said 45 minutes on Star Labs. LOL.
I haven't begun to fight.
William says, I'm working on a gaming thing right now called Indigo Gaming, hence the new profile picture. It's for my brother's company.
Cool, very cool.
Yeah, the logo looks really cool.
I
can see.
But so if I really hope that they're not going to phase them out because I just don't think the show will be the same, and I think that we need that show to be stable, given the fact that Arrow's gone now.
Yes, well, at least where I'm at in Supergirl and what I saw from Crisis, we've had the same people from beginning of Supergirl till now. We had the people the whole way through.
But they need to.
Jeff says Danielle is prego. She'll just take a maternity leave. It's not permanent.
Hopefully. But the thing is though is that I could see them using that as a way, like if she's gone for a while, it's like Cisco's heart's broken because he thinks that his girlfriend just left and didn't.
He also said that he just went around the world and feels like he came back normal, like nothing changed.
Yeah.
What about the Atlantis references?
The 5 times.
3, I thought.
There was more after you counted 3. There was 5 total in the whole hour.
Because it was 2 when he got back, and then 1 when he was talking to Caitlin.
And then also Joe mentioned it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but lots of Atlantis references. So my question is that going to play a part? I mean, we've gotten Atlantis references before, like in season 2.
Maybe they could say she is having an ice baby.
And we got it in the pilot. Is Joe pretty much tells Barry, hey, you gotta stop. You gotta drop this case of this man that you're coming in that breathes underwater and walks on land.
Oh.
It was in the very first episode. It was in the pilot. And
it's been a long time since I've seen that episode, so.
Yeah, and Joe
he rewatches stuff.
Joe pretty much says you pretty much gotta drop this case on Aquaman. It's not gonna work.
Interesting. Yeah. So, but that was very interesting that he spent some time in Atlantis, and what all that means.
That's one thing I was talking about. It's like if you went to Atlantis, how would that have worked? Because if they're gonna follow the comics and the Aquaman movie, Atlantis is underwater.
William says, gotta go, guys. See y'all soon. Let's talk, Isaac.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think there's ways to do it. I mean, they got air
Is it
bubbles
okay?
and stuff like that. So, but I thought it was a good episode. Definitely kept my attention.
Yeah.
I liked the episode. The only thing I didn't like about the episode was the fact that
the lady flying boogers. She was flinging
boogers.
boogers.
Yeah, it was like Flubber up in here.
Turtle 2.0.
Yeah, that was kind of lazy too.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny when Barry made fun of it. He's like, you couldn't come up with a better name? He's like, I was waiting for a better name than this turtle.
Right. I did. I liked Cisco's baseball card collection.
Yes,
of villains.
I want them.
We've had that since post-Crisis.
Yeah, but it's still cool because he had even more now, and it was just this whole full thing, since he went away, and so that was cool to see. Like I said,
I also like the fact that Nash is no longer here, and that we've got freaking Eobard back.
I always love having Thawne back.
I think that's going to play a part into the season. Because I think instead of losing a Wells like we do every season, I think Nash is going to be one that stays for now.
Something just hit my brain. He just said... no.
You sure it wasn't this?
No, I need more of that, though. But Thawne made a point at the end of this episode to say, why do I always come back, Flash? to kill you. He says, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill everyone that you love. I'm going to kill How much you want to bet he's going to kill Iris, who is the mirror version, and he thinks she's gone, and here she comes out, you know, and it sends him into a spiral, and I'm calling that.
Wow,
and
that'd be a good one.
They don't know where Mirror Master goes, and that starts the rogues for next season.
Because if he kills her, she thinks it's Iris. Because the only person because Kid Flash left, only told Joe, keep an eye on Iris. She doesn't seem right. So the only one that's gonna maybe think about that is, well, wait a minute, and something's gonna happen, and Detective Joe is gonna figure it out. That's my call, and it's gonna freak out Barry because he lost his wife.
Yeah, I could see that happening, and a bunch of Barry crying over losing Iris again.
Well, not Bubbles.
Like when we fought Savitar, I thought that I had good. Nobody
not
told
Bubbles
me.
Popping on his face.
Nobody told me that because they got to reuse some CGI, so they got snot bubbles from Turtle 2.0
with little like lightning bolts.
And as we know from season 3 of the Flash, that when Iris dies, apparently in the future he turns into Emo Barry.
Oh yeah, right.
Jeff says that is one good plot twist.
Yeah, he turns into Emo Barry right away. So all of a sudden we got Savitar back. Like, that's how they bring Savitar back. His Eobard Thawne kills Mirror Master Iris, and they don't know it, and so it helps him. Savitar shows back up. Oh my gosh! So that's how you reboot something right there, man. That's how you bring it back after Crisis. You just totally redo the story.
I'm calling that though because he made He made a point to say, "I'm going to kill everybody that you care about," and if they do end up having, you know, Cisco or them leaving for another period of time or something, but I think to make a point.
I don't think that's just the Whippet talking.
I'm serious though, because if they've had the bad version of her out, they show one little snippet on this whole entire episode of her talking to the girl, you know, about how long has it been since you've seen your husband. We got, 2 minutes out of the entire hour of real Iris?
Yeah, really.
It's throwing in most people are going to be thinking, oh crap, that's not Iris. Because they're not showing her as much.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to happen with, I'm calling that right now.
That's a good call. That's a good call. I like that call, for sure.
You can come back to this video if it happens.
We're going to come back to this video of conspiracies on the outside of Star Labs when something happens with that. I'm telling you, season finale. They're going to be like, wait a second, we were living in a fake mirror world the whole time.
That's why he doesn't go to sleep until like 5 in the morning.
It's actually,
Flash
you know,
conspiracies.
here's something for you. Here's a conspiracy. 6 years. What's that?
I can just see him like
what?
sitting here like this.
What? I missed what you said. What did you say?
She said maybe that's why you stay up like almost all night, is because you have these conspiracies like that you try and solve during the night.
I was see him like in front of a model of this.
I was like, that's
well, I got the new model of our new model of Star Labs over here on our coffee table.
You know, that's what I've been doing for the past 6 years, is just trying to figure out how it makes sense and that Star Labs has been destroyed.
That's why I keep bringing it up every week.
Fix it.
Why don't they fix that? It's keeping me up at night. It's keeping me up at night.
Spires, man.
It's keeping me up at night, man. They don't fix the stinking spires. They got all this money.
Fix them.
Just fix it.
Jeff's just said, ha 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 ha.
Fix it. That's all I'm saying. Just fix it and stop using the same animation. It's just lazy. Like, to me, if it's not something. Right, because it's probably not something, right? I know I'm making fun of it and everything. It's probably not something. They're just reusing animation. But if they are just reusing animation, now come on, that's a little lazy.
You're in season what now?
Yeah, they don't. And the thing is they write it in a way they don't have to show the outside of Star Labs.
Because Legends does great with their animation.
Yeah, they don't have to show the outside of Star Labs for all those scenes. You know what I mean? You don't have to use that as a lead-in.
All the shows except for at least where we are. In Batwoman and Arrow doesn't need transitions to go from the next thing in the story to the next. But Legends, Supergirl, Flash has always had transitions to move to the next thing.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, they wouldn't. It's not like they have to show the wrong version of Star Labs to go to the next thing. You know what I mean? And
they're just sitting there like, hold on, this is like the Truman Show. What can we do to
mess
get
with people?
Enosh's goat?
You know that Enosh guy who's got that Poindexter Lounge thing? Yeah, nobody watches it, but hey, He's got like five subscribers, but you know what? We're still gonna throw this in there because we know that he.
It's the Enosh Fetch show instead of the Truman Show.
I'm living in a virtual reality. Is that what you're saying?
It goes back to Williams VR.
Oh my gosh. None of this is real.
Nope, we're in the Matrix.
Oh boy. I've wondered that stuff. Hey.
What's
that? What'd he say?
I think on fire.
It says you tell me to crap in here and then crap in real life.
When you crap in your dreams, you crap in real life.
God.
You know, so
Jordan says Star Labs the sitcom.
Oh my gosh. But we just need to do a show every week where we just talk about this.
Jeff
like the latest in Star Labs pictures.
It's gonna be like the California.
Week 514 and Star Labs still isn't fixed.
Challenge me, bro. Challenge me. I will do like a little 5-minute show every week.
I'm standing here in front of Star Labs.
I get the green screen.
Sorry, that's
I'm so doing this. I'm gonna get the green screen up, and I'm gonna be like, "Hi there."
He's gotta get a laser pointer and go to.
I'm gonna be like a conspiracy dude with like
he's gonna get a jacket with the elbow things.
It's gonna be like a 911 conspiracy guy. Be like, I'm standing outside of Star Labs here. I gotta go quick before they come out and try to stop me. Why is this not fixed?
Jeff says, tweet it to the writers, tell them that this has been keeping you up at night for 6 years now.
Yes!
The explanation is probably the mirror world thing.
Yes!
Or you just record yourself for 10 seconds every week, just like curled up in the corner. It's like it's been week 500, 400, week 536 and Star Labs still isn't fixed. And show the clock, it's like 1 in the morning. Just
year 6. It's year 6, and I'm still here trying to figure out why I haven't fixed Star Labs. You got all this money, you're going to multiverses, you even saved the freaking universe, but you can't.
You actually killed the multiverse, or you killed the Speed Force.
Killed the Speed Force, but you can't fix. Oh my gosh, I'm crying. I'm crying over here. Oh my gosh.
Forget Mark Uno, we got the new Star Labs sitcom.
Oh no, Mark Uno's starting back up. I watched like 5 Mark Uno videos today, or Mike Zero videos today. Because I haven't.
Maybe Mark Uno has to talk about spires.
I'll just be honest with you. So Mike Zero, I honestly thought people have been asking me about like why haven't you done another Mark Uno thing, and I'm just like, well, because I honestly thought that after Rise of Skywalker he would back off, like because like what else is he going to talk about, right?
Is he doing High Republic now?
No. Now he's on this. Mike Zero is now on this whole thing about how Disney is going to reboot Luke Skywalker, and they're going to redo The Last Jedi, and they're going to redo everything, and that they're going to do a TV show about Luke Skywalker, and the new CEO is saving the franchise via Chris Jericho.
Jeff just said you will look like the flat earther of the Arrowverse if you present it with the green screen.
Yes.
And he put the crying emoji.
Yes. Yes, do a documentary style.
Oh my God, yes.
It'll be like, and I'll have the thing set up here and be like, this tissue box represents this spire.
You're gonna take the camera and like zoom around and be like, see how I got this shot? That's how this was done.
Concrete evidence, proof.
Over the next few months, he's gonna be making like his own like 3D model of Star Labs with the broken spire and the damage.
Jordan said builders at Star Labs be like, I could fix it, but there's a KFC calling my name.
But I gotta get one of those donut chicken things.
Exactly.
And you know,
donut chicken
priority.
sandwich.
So I'm gonna be honest with you about the donut chicken thing. So I love the double down.
The double down.
People,
good
I remember people talking about the double down when it came out. And they're like,
a heart attack.
Like, how do you even eat that? That's great. It's 2 pieces.
With my mouth because it's tasty.
It's 2 pieces of Kentucky Fried Chicken with bacon and pepper jack cheese and a tangy sauce in the middle. What's not to love? There's no bread to get in the way of your taste buds.
Fat Me was like,
Fat Me was like all over that, man. But
it was that gif where that fat kid's like.
And this donut thing, people are like, oh, that's gonna be gross. Have you ever heard of waffles and chicken? Man, you're talking a piece of KFC chicken. What's that?
No, he stepped out.
No,
he said he gotta go. But he says he wants to get back in touch with you.
Because Andre just texted me saying that it's rumored that E3 is gonna get canceled. And E3's like the big like gaming thing.
Oh yeah.
That's like the San Diego Comic-Con of gaming.
Jordan says I also emailed Enosh his lines for that Christmas special because he said, Enosh, how does it feel not just to play an evil pirate in Scooby-Doo 2, but also an angry gumball machine in Muscle Man's Christmas Drive?
That's right. That's right. I got that too. I'm getting all kinds of gigs from Jordan. I gotta get on that and record that. But no. So this episode was a good episode of The Flash. Mm-hmm. I liked it. It kept me interested.
I give it an 8.5 out of 10.
I don't know if I give it an 8. It was a good episode. But you know what? I almost want to drop down to a 7.5 just because Barry was crying again.
No, I would say 7.5 because Barry's crying. The only problem I have with this episode...
It doesn't help.
Yeah, it doesn't help. My problem with this episode that I didn't really like is it's like Wally was in for one episode and realized, hey, something's up with Iris. When
everyone else, including her husband...
Since Crisis, Joe, her father, hasn't been like, oh, something's up with her.
Really?
Barry, who's married to Iris...
Who should have noticed when she could cook.
Exactly.
Well, did you notice though that they kind of made Wally out to all of a sudden be all like
hippie?
Well, he's all super smart now all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And
You ruined the Speed Force.
Yeah,
but I realized you're hurting too.
Yeah, but like he's all better than Barry now. All of a sudden, he comes back. Whatever.
But it's pretty much like
he's hippie.
Oh,
both Black Iris, or he's not Black Iris.
What does that mean? Because I thought that's what she was.
It's a conspiracy. That's why they haven't fixed the spire. Is because Iris is not black. If the spire is cracked, Iris ain't black.
You must have quit.
If the spire isn't cracked, then Iris ain't black.
My math
I meant to say black. Ira.
Yeah.
If my math adds up correctly.
Black. My math adds up correctly.
My math adds up correctly. We're all extremely tired.
Black Isaac.
Black Isaac.
That's Wally looks like Black Isaac. That's how you would look like if you were black. Yes, he does. If you would look like
curly hair.
If you had tight curly hair and you were black. That's the big.
You were wearing yellow earlier, so.
Oh, wait a second.
He was wearing a reverse flash shirt, yes, earlier.
Well,
before I put this on.
Anyways, I'm sorry. Was there more reason why you gave it 7.5?
It's pretty much just that. It's like pretty much Wally comes in one episode. It's like, oh yeah, something's up with her, and then now Joe's like, oh yeah, you might be right. Which is like,
I'm a detective for the love of God, and I couldn't figure it out.
Yes,
you're literally the chief of police.
Where's?
And you don't know that about your own.
I just imagine Spaceballs like he's kind of like doing the dark helmet things like. Well, yeah, of course there's something wrong with her. Like, I noticed that right away. Like, but what did you think was wrong with her?
Where's Joe's baby?
What Joe did.
What did you think was wrong with her?
Where's Joe's baby?
I noticed it right away, but I want to make sure you know.
That's pretty much what Joe did with Wally. It's pretty much like, oh yeah, you might be right, and then Wally just walks off.
Right? Who's watching? Joe's baby was supposed to fix the spire and disappeared.
He broke the Speed Force.
No, the baby's just gone post-crisis.
Jordan says Bill and Ted.
No, wait. Have we seen the baby since?
Jordan says Bill and Ted 3 is in 5 months. And then Jordan says if the spire isn't cracked, then Cisco be very whack.
So that's a good point. Have we seen the baby since Crisis?
We haven't seen it, but I don't remember if they've referenced it.
It would have been referenced by Mama Cecile.
No, it would have been referenced by Joe. Oh yeah, or Cecile saying, "Oh yeah."
It wouldn't have been referenced by Cecile, the mom. She wouldn't reference that. I love how you were like adamant about it. That's why I don't believe you about the spire. Because you're adamant that the mom would.
I'm just saying I have a mom of 3 kids, and if one of my kids is missing, I'm a little concerned.
Well, no, Cecile would be carrying at home with the baby if.
Cecile ain't ever home with the baby. Exactly. Nobody is ever home with the baby.
Exactly.
Who's watching the baby?
Baby's raising itself.
The baby.
It's like Boss Baby.
The baby is in the Speed Force.
On that note.
One thing I will say.
That's a good question, though. What about the baby?
Yeah.
I just want to throw it out there.
So there's 2 conspiracy theories.
You're not supposed to throw out the baby with Beth.
Jordan says, "Give me Liberty or buy me never-ending pasta from Olive Garden." I don't know.
Liberty.
Yeah. One thing I will say that I like is it's like now that the Speed Force is gone. Now it looks like they're gonna make Barry like the physical embodiment of the Speed Force.
Yeah,
which is what happened.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Because Wally said he saw a chain. It looked like a chain of lightning going.
I like that.
Family.
I did like that reference.
So I was like, that's cool. So it's like, if there's no Speed Force, how could that happen?
And with Eobard mentioning he made his own negative Speed Force.
Exactly. So it's like, well, with Barry creating this, would it be now any future Alan now is the embodiment of the Speed Force?
Jeff said Baby Jenna was in the Sue Dearborn episode.
Yeah, I just missed that.
I'd have to go back and see it because I just don't remember seeing the baby.
They might have said, oh yeah, so
There was a
taken
couple
care of.
live streams that you were doing like one of these. Maybe that was what happened.
No, because there's only that.
You were doing the
Flash
High,
of baby.
You were doing the High Republic.
There's a flash baby. Somebody's just like it's like somebody on the crew holding the baby out in the corner, and they're just like baby. The baby's in the episode.
You were looking
so
like the High Republic.
The High Republic.
The High Republic, yeah.
Man, no, it was a decent episode. There's a lot, but I did like that. I did like that reference about the chain of lightning through the family, and I like the fact that he even brought up Nora.
So that means that Nora's still part of the Speed Force.
Yes, he brought up Nora.
So does that mean? So it could mean that she's going to be the daughter of the Tornado Twins, like
or come back somehow through the line.
Like in the Tornado Twins, she's going to be the girl, and then.
So that's a good.
Because of the reference that they made before when he's like, oh, not that name? Maybe that'll come into play.
Yeah, how does that work?
We still have tons of stuff that's not answered because Barry was season 4 he came out of the Speed Force and he was writing those things on the walls. Yeah, and he said we're gonna need more diapers, which has not been said yet. Still 2 seasons later.
True.
When Nora went back with Eobard and saw him back at season 1 of
Do you
Flash,
think that diaper thing though is just Joe and Cecile's baby?
I think that'd be Tornado Twins.
You think so still?
Yeah.
See, I think that they just wrote that and like everybody took it to be the Tornado Twins.
Well, they said that, and then Nora came in, but she was in her 20s.
Yeah.
So that would have.
And.
But Joe and Cecile got pregnant right away.
Yeah, but we know we're still getting Tornado Twins because last year was it last year with Nora? Yeah, season 5 with Cicada. Nora went back to season 1 Eobard, and he guessed her name and he said Dawn.
Yeah.
And then Barry goes, no, it's Nora, and he goes, oh, at least you have to keep one of them.
Yeah, but we remember we debated on whether that was you got to keep one Nora because his mom's name was Nora.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking he knows of a split in the timeline where there was Nora and now Nora is now going to be called Dawn.
But if that were the case, then wouldn't have Wally said Dawn instead of saying Nora? Because he said I saw Nora.
Yeah. Unless that's one thing.
So maybe now we're getting Dawn and Dawn,
or
the Tornado Twins and a Nora.
Or we're still going to get the Tornado Twins and they said different names.
Just like they did for like Star Wars, they gave Ben and they switched it but kept the names.
That's possible too, but they said Dawn though.
Yeah, and now Superman has 2 sons now.
Yeah.
So it's like obviously they're changing stuff with the heroes' kids.
Which I'm excited about Superman.
Yeah.
I want to see how they do it because the Superman thing is turning out to be a little interesting with the dynamic because they have 2 kids. One is Jordan. One is John.
They played with Damian.
I was surprised that they didn't go with Jason because Jason was the name of Brandon Routh's son. Mm-hmm. It was still a J, so you could have had
And then we have Diggle moving to Metropolis.
Yeah, so
we'll get that crossover with Diggle.
So you could have had John. You could have had John and Jason, and that would have made sense in continuity because he would have because technically now Superman has had 2 different sons, Jason and a John, in all the different continuities, right?
Yeah.
So that would have made sense. But now they brought in this Jordan, and apparently John is like the jock. He's like he's never been sick, like he's all that kind of things. And so they hint because apparently the kids don't know that their dad is Superman. The kids do not know that their dad is Superman. Yeah. So
how old are the kids going to be in the show?
They're like teenagers.
Okay.
And so Jonathan apparently is like the popular kid, he's cool, he's hip and stuff, and they say maybe has he inherited some of his dad's powers, and the other one, Jordan, is basically the loner, kind of the quiet, keeps to himself. No, kind of keeps to himself. Doesn't have many friends, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of depressed, kind of thing. And so my question is, are they going to flip that at some point? where the other where either Jordan ends up being a write-off character that they get rid of later, like in Sacrifice somehow, you know, when they need to do something, you know, and they kind of write him to be this character that nobody likes, and then all of a sudden in the end, you know, they got a plan for him later that he's going to sacrifice himself and bring it back down to this just the one son of Jonathan, you know, or they write him to become a villain. Yeah. Eventually.
Darth said, Enosh, what were you saying about the state earlier before you went on a rampage about Star Labs? LOL.
Did you ever watch The State? That was my question.
That's all it was. Show's ended.
No, The State. There was a reference.
The only reference I can think of is probably not good for the Family Channel.
No, there was a reference. Yeah. What?
I wanna.
Oh yeah. No, I watched The State. There's a great DC sketch.
I also like The Whitest Kids You Know.
Yeah, there's a great sketch on there about the Super Friends, and it's the first time I ever remember hearing people make fun of Aquaman for talking to fish.
I know what you're talking about. That's hilarious.
But there was something that came up in there was something. And The State had like a bunch of people who are really popular right now. The one guy who's on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, who is the
Joe Latriglio.
Yeah, and then all the guys from Reno 911. If you ever watched Reno 911, like all those people. Thank you. All those people were.
I just memorized his name because it's a funny.
Yeah.
Son
A lot of those people were in The State. The State was a comedy troupe that was on MTV back in the early '90s, and I've got all the seasons on DVD.
That's why we like The Whitest Kids You Know. They had the same kind of concept.
Well, I like if you ever watch The Whitest Kids You Know,
we actually walked down the aisle too.
So we walked back down the aisle, yeah. When Tiffany and I got married,
down the aisle after we were married.
When Tiffany and I got married, we got married on a beach. And we had a sound system out there, and we had a nice, pretty song for her to walk down to that was awesome called "The Gift," and that was pretty. But when we walked back,
as husband and wife,
our exit music was the theme song to The Whitest Kids You Know, and nobody knew. Nobody knew what that was.
They're just like, oh, that sounds interesting. What's that? Except for what the kids say at the end.
Yeah, no, we didn't have that.
We did not do that.
But I can't remember what there was a reference. There was a reference of whatever we were talking about at the time. There was a reference of whatever we were talking about at the time that reminded me of The State, and that's why I asked the question. I'll have to go back and watch the live stream there because it was towards the beginning of the live stream. I remember.
Darth said I probably just said that reference.
What's that?
I don't know. Darth just said I probably just said that reference.
Oh. Did you watch The State, Darth? Darth.
No, I was thinking like Randy Dersh.
Dersh. Yeah, I can't remember what was said or what came up on the show even maybe that
Darth, I just read nice Dodger pants.
They are nice Dodger pants. I like them. They're really comfy.
Then we're talking about DuckTales, Candyman.
I don't know. I can't remember what it was, but no, just to kind of bring it, you know, together. Cool. Yep. Just to bring it together. Strong episode. Mm-hmm. Strong. It's definitely better than what we were getting right after Crisis.
Yeah. It seems like episodes are getting better each week.
Yeah. So I'm glad about that. Eobard Dawn's back. That's cool.
Next week looks stinking awesome, and I hate that.
You know, I love.
You're like, I'm gonna be here.
Mm-hmm. I love me some Reverse Flash.
Let's talk more about Nintendo because you guys won't be here.
So,
all right. So next week, more E3 news, more.
Oh heck yeah.
About more stuff. Hopefully, direct.
So Tiff, what would you give? You already said, didn't you?
8.5 out of 10.
8.5, and you said 7.5, and I said 7.5. You know what? I'm gonna bump mine up to an 8 just because it has Thawne back. and it's Wells thought.
And he wants to kill everybody.
Yes, I did like that exchange too. There was a lot of good stuff. That, you know,
everybody.
Now that you step back, now that I step back and watch, you know, think about it. There was a lot of good stuff.
Darth Hasty said yes. I'm assuming that means that.
Yeah, and I loved the state back in the day. Yeah, there was a lot of great stuff. That whole thing with Wally, you know, saying about
hide your moms, hide your kids, because I'm killing them all.
About the chain of you know, lightning, but then also that whole spiel that Eobard says about how I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill your friends, you know, I'm going to kill your family. And
for those that maybe weren't here, I just said I think that he's going to kill Iris, and it's going to send Barry into a spiral, and he's going to realize, hey, guess what? Your wife was alive the whole time in the mirror.
And now that kind of rushes Barry to come up with his own Speed Force, because Eobard said after you've
I
run
made
out
my
of Speed
own.
Force energy.
What?
No, well, no, because what he said after you run out of Speed Force energy, how are you going to stop me?
Yeah, that was brutal.
Mm-hmm.
That's but we're just raising the question though: how do you just make a Speed Force?
Very carefully. Maybe it's the working spires that makes it work.
Well, Barry said an artificial Speed Force.
Yeah.
He didn't
Also,
say,
Cisco's
a new
like,
Speed Force.
hey, you know how we got a hole up there in the spire, but sometimes we don't. That's because it's phasing in and out. Because I just got a great idea to make a Speed Force.
I'm thinking that's how the Speed Force comes back, and he becomes the embodiment of the Speed Force. Is he makes his own artificial Speed Force, like he told Cisco at the end. He defeats Reverse Flash once again, obviously, because he's going to. Sends Eobard back to the negative Speed Force, and it'll revive the Speed Force that got destroyed from the Spectre's energy. And
so you think he's going to bring back the original Speed Force?
Yeah, I think he's pretty much going to revive the original Speed Force. And because of him doing that and proving himself
by
that
defeating
he cares about it, he's going to become the new embodiment of the Speed Force.
Oh, Speed Force, I love you. The Speed Force told him that
it was
the Speed Force loved him.
And so he was crying because he watched his mom die again. I'd cry too.
No, but I'm saying the Speed Force actually told him that Speed Force loved him as his mom.
It's a close Speed Force.
I'm just saying.
Like close friends.
The Speed Force had some emotion going on there.
Because technically, if Godspeed's supposed to show up in episode 18, how is he going to show up if he has no Speed Force?
Yeah.
Maybe he's borrowed a little bit of Barry's fake Speed Force.
Because Godspeed's supposed to show up in 4 episodes.
Well, it looks like
3 episodes after next week.
Okay, so it looks like also we're getting he's got Speed Force steroids.
Yeah, because they have Velocity 9.
Yeah, they're popping. So.
Oh, that's right.
Which Zoom used in that.
What did they shoot the booger lady with?
That was the thing that Cisco was working on all episode to try and counteract what Turtle did.
So she wouldn't age people?
Well, so she wouldn't completely stop time around her.
Oh.
Yeah.
She mummified that one Russian chick.
And that was a cool scene too, where he took the. See, that's what I'm saying. You have the technology, and you have the budget to do that whole scene where Kid Flash takes the helicopter apart.
To make your own little tech thing that you can jump through worlds.
Well, no, to be able to take that helicopter apart with all that.
That was Kid
with all that. No, listen. I'm saying the show
Oh.
has the money and the budget to do a scene like that where you can take that all apart. They just did Gorilla Grodd again. They've done Killer Shark. They've done all these King Shark. Sorry, they've done all these different things. But they've done all this stuff, right? That they've used budget for. That they've had budget for. That they've had budget for, but you can't just go back. I mean, it's not like a big huge scene. It's just literally a building.
His video is just gonna be in a green screen. He's gonna be standing there going, "Fix it."
It's just a building.
Fix it.
All you gotta do is fix it. Just make one definitive.
Fix it.
I'm not letting it go. I am not letting it go.
It's gonna be over a green screen like
See this?
Keenan.
See this?
Fix it.
Fix it.
It's gonna be like Keenan. Fix it.
If the hole is there, then you don't care. Fix it.
It would be funnier if you wore a Green Lantern long sleeve shirt. So all you see is your head in your hand, just like pointing it.
I've done that before. If you guys have been here on the channel, I've got a video where I put on every Superman shirt that I had at the time.
Oh yeah.
And every Superman piece of like, so my Superman
And the
jackets,
green
my
t-shirt he
hoodies,
has.
my hoodies and everything. Of course, that was fat me, and I literally got to a point. I didn't put this in the video, but there's literally a part in the video where I couldn't get a shirt off because like I was stuck. And so like I think I had, was it 20 something shirts and hoodies and my jacket and everything. But I had
you would land and help you get the shirt off.
Oh, that's right. But I did have a green Superman shirt on that has a white S, and all you saw was the
S.
All you saw was the S in my arms. And I was like, it's the only thing that you actually hear me say in the video because I brought in my audio and I said, green shirt. Yeah, it was fun. All right, guys. Well, hey, it was a good episode. It was a good night. We had fun.
We've been online for 3 hours. The show started at 8. It's 11 o'clock our time.
It's good stuff.
I'm a little hungry.
It was a good night. We talked about lots of fun stuff.
I'm still not.
We talked about lots of fun stuff. Video games. I might have to break up this video and have you have your own video game like
William wants to talk to
dissertation.
him, and they can collaborate or
be fun.
stop, collaborate, and listen.
Yep. So we did that. We talked about spires. We talked about a lot of stuff. Stop, collaborate, and listen. Isaac Back with a brand new invention. Something. You guys are
Isaac's
holding me
back
tightly.
with a brand new invention.
Something. You guys are holding me tightly. All right.
Playing his Switch.
To the extreme of rock and roll like a banner.
Will you ever stop? No. I don't know. Sorry.
You're getting tired.
I am. I'm tired and angry.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for joining us tonight. This was fun. This was a great live stream. We always have fun with you guys. And
Darth said, what if we get a show where they spend the whole hour just repairing the spire? Would that make you happy?
yes! That's what I want. I want a whole episode. The season 7 premiere. Season 7
That's the
premiere.
thing. That's a cliffhanger at the end of the season that leads in the next season that they solve in the first 20 minutes.
Yes! That's what
soon
they would
he's
solve in the
gonna
first
get
20 minutes of season 7, episode 1.
Barry just drags out a desk, just sits down, just stares at the spire,
And it's
and
going
then
to be called
that's how the season ends.
Conspiracy.
And then that's how the season ends. And then the
Yes,
season starts.
conspiracy. The episode conspiracy. At the end of the season, somebody looks up and goes, "Hey,
They finally
wasn't
fixed
there like a giant hole there? Why is there only a little bit of a hole? And wait a second, wasn't this damage on the left hand side, not the right hand side? Wait, where is it? What is this?" And then first 20 minutes of this episode is just a bunch of construction workers fixing
Season
it.
6 ends with Barry just pulling out a
Season
desk
7
and just
starts
sits down
in
and just
Michigan?
stares at it.
Oh, sorry.
Season 6 just
Construction
ends
is a
with-
season in Michigan.
Season 6 ends with Barry just like looking at the damage on Star Labs, and then season 7 starts with just him fixing it in the first 10 minutes of the episode.
Well, yeah, because he can fix it, right?
Yeah.
So.
He just fixed it in the first 10 minutes.
I see. I always thought that was a funny concept because they do the same thing with Superman a lot of times because Superman can move so fast,
Mhm.
And
And
that
lift
is
so
just because you can move fast doesn't mean that you have the skills to do something, right? So they would have like Superman be able to like fix something, like build a house or like something for somebody.
Stop
It's
a hole in the side
like-
of a boat.
like hold on a second, wait a second. Just because Superman can move really fast, and yes, if he had the knowledge how to build a house or build a wall or whatever, like he could do that, but.
Because we saw from Smallville, he can't just like put in a nail real quick. Like he presses the nail in, and then moves to the next one, presses the nail in, moves to the next one.
Yeah.
He doesn't do that like bam, bam, bam.
So I'm just saying, you got to have the knowledge of how to build something,
Yeah.
right? So if Barry doesn't have the knowledge of how to repair the spire, just because he can move fast doesn't mean that he should be able to fix it like that.
Yeah.
He can read up on it though real quick, right? You can go read the manual.
You just pull up Chloe and just like go through everything really quickly. And
Yeah, the Star Labs manual how to fix the spire if
Yeah.
it ever breaks. it literally shows a manual that says if there's ever an explosion and it creates metahumans and there's a hole that keeps reappearing. Oh, what if Star Labs
Jeff-
the building is a metahuman?
Jeff said season 7 premiere episode title Extreme Makeover Star Labs Edition. Good night, everyone.
Move that bus.
And Darth Tasty just said hashtag fix the spire.
On that note, move that bus. We need that episode. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us tonight. This was fun. I always have a good time with you guys, but tonight was a lot of
Isaac
fun.
enjoyed himself thoroughly.
Yes, we had a good time. All right. I guess that's it. All right. Until next time. Love you guys.
Jordan says if I had the money and the time, maybe I should make Man of Steel 2.
Ooh. I get to play Superman, though. I get to voice Superman. All right, guys. Till next time. Say goodnight, Tiff.
Good night, Tiff.